been there today. Hello.
What's up, guys? It's a Thursday, and guys, what a week it has been. How is it only Thursday?
Guys, I have tomorrow off, so that's awesome.
I was off today, but let me tell you, I wish I worked instead of moved. But let me tell you guys, I got some fresh Wi-Fi here. I'm the only one on it, and we are set for tonight.
Fresh Wi-Fi, you say? Buddha's eyes perked up.
Let me tell you, I've got a nice tall boy tonight too, because I'm back in the land of the world that can buy alcohol from a corner store.
I made your favorite drink. I mixed a seltzer with a little shot of tequila. Your favorite beverage?
This is an agave spiked seltzer, so very tequila-y.
Yeah,
Guys,
I had those.
Excited to see everyone on already. Buck Skulging, Zach, Vinny, you were here nice and early. Moira, always a pleasure. John, good evening. Officer Gaming, what's up, guys?
Guys, love to see it. We've had a lot going on in our Discord channel today. I haven't run it by Meg yet, but we have a huge guest coming tomorrow. And I think I'm going to dangle that guest's name in only our Discord so that you have to join our Discord channel to find out who the guest is going to be.
So I was going to announce it tomorrow morning on Instagram. But if Shan wants to do that, I'm here for it.
We've got 49 members, so we need that 50th. Yeah, guys, let us know who you're rooting for. Obviously, I'm Shan. That's Meg. We are covering the Tampa Bay Lightning, New York Islanders, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Semi-Finals. It is tied 1-1. The Islanders took Game 1. Tampa Bay took Game 2. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know how you're feeling. Kevin is sitting not 3 feet away from me right now.
Kevin, what up?
His midterm that's due at midnight.
Guys, everyone showed up tonight. So excited to see.
As always, like the gosh darn video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new with us. Very excited to see you guys here.
Okay, guys. We have a few things to get off to talk about before we get into this shit, because I'm sure it'll come up a bunch tonight. One, this game 2 on Tuesday ended with someone draft. Right? A full-out brawl after the final whistle. So I'm not saying we're going to see something interesting from the beginning because, like, I don't know. But this could start questionably. And that's just one gal's opinion. 2, I'm now back in New York, so I feel like sacrilegious rooting against a New York team.
Oh,
now
God.
That I here again. But I still am rooting. I hope everyone loses. Oh my gosh, guys, hold on. I have to show you something that is in my new apartment, which I haven't seen in like a month. Or when I say a month, I mean a year and a half.
Little dude.
Which brings me to no.
Talk about technical difficulties. There goes the light ring, people.
And I'm holding a beverage. Guys, this is live YouTubing right here.
That is what it's like to live stream when you don't have an office yet, people.
I literally forgot a chair. I like moved in and I literally forgot to have a chair for my desk.
Simply cannot wait to have a dedicated space to stream, people. Like, I simply can't wait.
We're good. The ring light's back up.
Guys, thank you so much. My dog is so cute.
Maybe I'll be crying. I broke my ring light, guys. That's what happened. I'm going to bring up another conversation. I'm glad someone asked about Varlamov. Shannon and I are fighting about goalies and the Vezina.
I forgot about that. We're going to dive right in.
And now that I have all of my belongings back because I officially live in my own place again,
you do not.
I've had this for 2 years now, and he was the first thing I unpacked and put on my TV stand. I also have a Sidney Crosby. He's on the other side of the TV because they can't stand together anymore.
Wow, what are those things called?
Top Funkos. So he's a cutie. He has his full jersey on. I wish it had gold pads, but this is my little
wow,
guy.
They have so many NHL ones.
Yeah, so many. I got it online, guys. There's so many. So I, instead of playing with my puck tonight, will be playing with my little flurry.
Wow, I want all of these.
Guys, just go to the website. They're called Pop Funkos.
They're called, wait, I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. Ready?
Go.
I thought they were so dumb, but look how cute these little guys are.
They're so cute. I'm obsessed. I have so many. When Game of Thrones was ending, I got a Tyrion who's on the throne.
This is not what Crystal Tank's hair looks like. Get out.
Yeah, Crystal Tank's hair does not look that good. But yeah, they're
that is not what Evgeny Malkin looks like.
But this one's so spot on. You can't.
Yeah, no. So some of them are really spot on. Like Matt Zuccarello is very spot on.
If this doesn't look like Marc-Andre Fleury, I don't know what does.
Taylor Hall in New Jersey Devils.
And guys, they're not expensive. Well,
no, they're not.
Depends on the player, so it's super fun.
They're like sold out. They're so popular.
Yeah, they're huge. So I have my little goalie friend joining me tonight. Very excited about it.
I literally can't wait to build my like desk background thing.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Guys, let us know what you think. What?
I could not remember what was in the Amazon package that I haven't opened yet because I just picked up my packages because I wanted my things from this Container Store. It's my mic.
It's her microphone, people. You don't sound bad right now, though.
Well, I'm not using my mic yet, but so exciting that not tomorrow because I'll be down the shore tomorrow for Father's Day weekend. But next week, I'll be back. I'll be on my mic now.
We're going to have to screw around with that offline because it takes a long time for us to sync microphones. So that's going to be like a Sunday afternoon problem when we're screwing around with microphones.
Yeah. Guys, exciting things in my personal life, just because like before this, I'm just going to share. My cousin is due to have her baby within the next 5 days. And I'm so close with her. I'm supposed to be watching her dog while she's in the hospital. Whenever that happens, I'm super excited because she's going to be my cutie. Are you streaming tomorrow? Of course we are.
We are. And we have a
huge.
I'm not a Trumper. I'm just quoting him. We have a really big guest coming tomorrow that you are not going to want to miss. I was saying that if you join the Discord, like John said, I am going to either drop a hint or just straight up drop the name, depending on how many of you join. And I will let you know who that is. It's going to be really exciting.
700 subscribers tonight. I'll drop it right now.
I will literally drop it from the rooftops.
I will drop it like it's hot. Like, let's be real. 700
subscribers, and you can find out who our famous guest is that's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, you could say he's on our TV screens every day.
TV screens, you say?
Maybe. Just a thought, guys. But anyway, guys, what is everyone else up to? I know this is like a weekday. I'm just super off right now because I took today off to move and tomorrow to catch up on homework.
Well, tomorrow became a federal holiday at about 4 o'clock today.
I was going to say like this afternoon.
So I now have tomorrow off, even though I did not have tomorrow off at 2 p.m. today. I will be
taking my cousin, not my sister, but she's like my sister. But yes, we really want the baby. We don't know what the gender is. To come.
You knew, but she didn't know.
No. She won't tell anyone. But my gut says it's a boy. But the baby will be here like by Wednesday because they're going to induce her at midnight on Tuesday if it hasn't come yet.
Andrew, thanks for joining us. He is not from ESPN. Actually, he might have been on ESPN before, but he is not.
But he isn't from ESPN.
We are also, for everyone that's joining us for this game, they're coming out of the tunnel. They will start pregame showings in the next few minutes, so make sure you let us know. I know Buck Skull Game just asked who we think is going to light the lamp first. I don't know. Nassau Coliseum is a tough place to play in, so I want to lean toward the Islanders, but we'll see.
Shannon, guess which one Hunter has?
gritty one?
Hunter just literally just sent that.
I have to get that.
I would vomit.
I think there's a New Jersey Devil one too, actually. I'm pretty sure I've seen that on his Instagram.
Daniel, Off the Wall is not on TV. As much as we love John and would love to have him, he's definitely probably doing his own thing. But it's definitely always sending our love to Off the Wall. We love to see it. Oh, that's crazy. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to decide who I hate less in this very matchup. I really cannot determine it. Also, send me positive vibes tomorrow because I have a homework that's due, and if I don't pass the quiz, I have to wait 24 hours to redo it, but it's due tomorrow, and I haven't done it yet, so.
I took him. Lamario, thanks for joining us. I see you have converted to the Suns. I appreciate that.
Wait, is that Phoenix?
Yeah.
Is that where Kendall Jenner's boyfriend plays?
Yes. Good job, Meg. Good work.
A guy I just started talking to is super into basketball, so I'm working on it.
What was I gonna say?
Hi, Eric.
Eric, thanks for joining. I just took a midterm. That's what I was going to say before the stream today. And I only had 30 minutes to take it. I had 10 questions and I couldn't write more than 50 words per question.
Whoa.
It was obscene.
Guys, can I shout out or talk down about at the Canes last game? I think it was their last one or their last home game. Matt, the Bachelor, did their wind up thingy-majigger. And now he's at the Islanders game. Is he just
Is he a big hockey guy?
Wagon fan? What's wrong with him? Come on.
He must be big into hockey. So actually, since you brought up the Bachelor, I guess there's a guy, maybe his name's Jason. I didn't watch the season.
Jason Pardick?
Is he the one that lives in Arlington?
Oh, no, never mind. Wait, from this season? Never mind.
From Claire's season.
Oh.
From Virginia. But he went to Union Pub the other day.
Oh, fun. There's a lot of the Kardashian curse is lifted. I think it was lifted with Tristan because honestly, Tristan still plays really well.
No. The Kardashian curse is they can't win a championship when they're dating a Kardashian.
Well, it's that every person falls apart.
Kevin has a very, very passionate opinion about, because of Ben Simmons, the Kardashians, and will not allow them to even be in presence for a game.
That's good.
Because they do play worse when there's a Kardashian in the building.
I'm not surprised. Wait, did they announce the Jack Adams?
Right before the game, Ron Brindamore won the Jack Adams from the Carolina Hurricanes. That's really fun because he did re-sign his contract today.
So exciting.
Yes, they did just wrap up the national anthem. So we will have puck drop in just a minute. They're doing the goaltending preview as they do right before puck drop. We have Semyon Varlamov against Andrei Vasilevsky, both great goaltenders. Both of them playing really well in the playoffs right now. So this has to be a high shooting game to be a high scoring game. Let us know what you're thinking about this game so far, and let us know who you're rooting for. Really excited to see you guys hopping in.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, so many feelings. You have to drink about it. I would like everyone to lose. Hi, Dan. Dan, happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday.
And congratulations. What a great day. Both Vezina finalists. What? No, they're not. Well, not today.
Yeah, puck drop, though, so Megan will update our sweet banner.
I have not seen the puck drop yet because now that I am back living alone, I do not invest in cable. That is not worth my money. Sorry.
Well, we are 45 seconds into period one. Obviously, we've got no one scoring yet. I haven't yelled, but once again, Darren, thanks for joining us. Dan, happy birthday. Buck Skull Gang, good luck tonight for your Tampa Bay Lightning. Let us know who you're rooting for if you have not yet. Let us know who you think is scoring first. This is a really exciting Game 3. Series is tied 1-1, and whoever wins this series matchup is going to go to the Stanley Cup Final. If you have not yet, also make sure that you like the video. We started this string with 10 likes. It's super exciting that you guys are pre-liking. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are doing daily NHL playoff coverage, and we are really excited to
007. What up? I would so go get my Sid. 700. I would so go get my Sid Pop Funko, but I fear I'm going to break my ring light again. But it's okay. Go Vegas, go. Go Vegas. Anyway, I think Tampa's going to take it. That's just what my gut is telling me, because one of my friends is trying to get into sports betting, and when she came over, she had been like looking at like bets and stuff, and apparently people all think the Islanders are going to win, but I'm really in favor of Tampa. Yeah, 16 away from 700, and if we get to 700 tonight, we'll announce our famous guest for tomorrow. First intermission tomorrow.
Big guest tomorrow. I am going to go with the Islanders tonight. As much as I hate to pick the Islanders to win anything, Nassau Coliseum is an impossible arena.
And let me just say, I appreciate the early aggression here.
Yes.
Let's punch it out tonight.
B-Town, thanks for joining. Sports Geeks, thanks for hopping in. Guys, we love seeing you guys joining us and joining us in the comments. There's one thing to watch, but it's lovely to hear from you. Make sure you like the video and make sure you subscribe. Buck Skull Gang said it first, 16 away from 700, and we really, really, really want to hit 700 tonight.
Hunter, so check it out on Twitter. I'm going. Oh, the devil!
I told you there's a devil one. I want to get all the mascots, I think.
Wait, Hunter, are those all yours? You have so many, if that's
Eric,
yours.
why do I hate the Islanders? They knocked my team out. They knocked both of our teams out, actually. It's not that
I hate Islanders fan club. No, I'm kidding.
It's not that we hate the Islanders. We're just bitter in this playoff series. I must get like 7 of them.
Who needs more jerseys when you can get Pop Funkos? They're so much cheaper. Oh, I love these things. I just used to have them sitting all around my desk, and people would come up and be like, what are all of those? And I had like, oh my God, I don't even remember all of them. I had my 2 hockey ones. I had Tyrion from Game of Thrones. I had Joey from Friends wearing all of Chandler's clothes. Like I had them everywhere.
Wow. Opening the NHL Pop Funko search. Dangerous game. Why is the Brad Marchand one $40?
Hey, they changed in price back how in demand they are.
I'm going to straight up get all the mascots. That's going to be
only available in Canada. Whoa.
Here's Tommy Hawk, Chance the Gila Monster. Yep.
Shan, while you look at them, you should add the ones you really like to your cart and show us during first intermission. Actually, we might have a guest during first intermission tonight. Yeah, we do.
But that's an eBay hack, though, for anyone who isn't well-versed in buying NHL memorabilia on eBay. If you add things to your cart and you don't buy it right away, there's a significant likelihood that the buyer will send you a discount.
What?
That's how I got my Edmonton Oilers jersey for $28. It was originally listed for $35.
What's y'all's favorite show outside of hockey? Also, how did y'all become friends?
2 great questions.
YouTube show or like show? If it's YouTube, oh my God, this shows how basic I am. No, Siri, I wasn't talking to you. If it's YouTube, it's like a series from Vogue. It's called 73 Questions. And they just like ask a ton of people 73 questions. And I think it's really interesting to learn a lot about people. But if it's not on YouTube, what am I watching right now? I don't even know. Oh, I'm watching Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. Shan can tell the story of our life.
Yeah, we met. Sorry, I was watching that save by Vasilevsky. It was incredible. My first of all, I don't know what my favorite show is. I have watched quite literally so many that I like. Friday Night Lights is always going to be a favorite of mine.
Ooh, One Tree Hill, like same vibe.
Yeah, comparable. There's just something about Friday Night Lights. I've rewatched it so many times. Right now I'm rewatching. This is embarrassing. I am going back and forth between Law and Order SVU and Army Wives. So that's, the vibe I'm in right now.
That's so
happily taking television recommendations. However, also we've got a dead play, another save by Vasilevsky. The Islanders are really coming out hot in these first 5 minutes of period one. I promise we will give you hockey updates once we get past the personal questions. But Megan and I did meet.
If you ask, we're going to answer them.
Yeah, if you ask, I'll answer them. So Megan and I met in college. We were in the same sorority. We met right after recruitment. We were in the same pledge class, and we were really close pretty early on. So
we were like the two girls who were into sports, so it was like convenient. And we also like both equally like to drink like a lot.
Moira, 911 Lone Star with Rob Lowe is really good.
What's that? I don't know.
It's just like one of those, firefighter shows, but I watched 911 Lone Star, which is a spinoff of the original 911 because it had Rob Lowe in it. And he's a fire captain in Texas.
I just dated a guy who was really into Chicago fire. And now I just I don't know, firefighter shows just freak me out a little now because I just get really nervous. I don't know. If
you guys are just joining us, we are 5 minutes into period one between the New York Islanders, Tampa Bay Lightning. This series is tied 1-1. The Islanders are outshooting Tampa Bay 4-1 at the moment. Like I said a few minutes ago, Tampa Bay has not had a ton of offensive momentum so far. The Islanders are really holding puck control here. Not surprising since they're the home team and Nassau Coliseum has so much energy, particularly during the playoffs. So
all of our restrictions were lifted this week. Go Team New York. Do you guys like beer or wine? I like tequila, but if I had to pick between the two, I would probably pick wine. I'm really into white wine.
Do I like beer or wine? It depends on my mood. Like I am compared to most of my friends, like a beer connoisseur, but I try to avoid it because it has a lot of carbs, people. Like I got beer fat in COVID for a while because I was just trying new beers every time I went to the store. So we did
prolong.
So we had to dial it back for a while. But I love good wine too. Like I had a really good white the other day. That was really good.
Oh yeah. I really want to watch the new iCarly. Me too. Meg, what is your favorite Penguin? Shan, what is your favorite Bruin? Like current or ever? My favorite Penguin ever, I mean, is definitely Mario Lemieux. I think I think it's an easy question. My favorite current, I'm super into Kasperi Kapanen right now. Also not technically a Penguin at the moment, but super into P.O. Joseph. That's where
he is a Penguin. It's Wilkes-Barre Penguins.
Yeah, but like different type of Penguin. Shan, what is your favorite Bruin?
So, I mean, Brad Marchand was my first favorite hockey player when he was back as a pest because I was the type of person that wanted to pick the person everybody didn't like. So I'm talking like peak when everyone really, really hated him. Now, a lot of people still hate him, but he's turned into one of the best left wingers in the league. So it's less of a controversial take, and he's really a great guy off the ice as well. But in terms of like, oh, so cute. In terms of like all around best Bruin, it has to be Chara for me. Like if you haven't seen the Peacock show Z made for this, it like Megan turned it on for like 10 minutes and it like grips your heart and rips it in half. Like it shows just how good of a guy he is, how much he cares about his teammates, the sport, his fans, his family all together. And he did that for so long with the Bruins that it's like, it's absolutely incredible.
Agreed. Someone said before they liked our sweatshirts and asked where we got them. I got mine when I was living in California. It says Malibu on it. I got it from my favorite little boutique in Malibu before I left. So it took a little bit of
Meg and I actually both have these sweatshirts. We got them from a friend podcast on Twitter in a giveaway. It is so comfortable, though. If you have not shopped on the National Women's Hockey League NWHL website, I highly recommend. Their merch is absolutely unparalleled. This sweatshirt, I have been looking for them to come back in stock so I can buy another one.
Yeah, they're so comfortable. John, don't even worry about it. You're the real MVP. Keep on chugging along there. Wilkes Barre Scranton, Penn's logo is better. Agreed. Who watched Islanders video today? I did not. Tree?
Andrew, isn't that the sign of a good, like, enforcing defenseman, though, if he can demolish you? I mean, he's over 7 feet tall.
But also, there's, like, a series happening. Wait, is this what you're talking about before?
Yeah, the Z's made for this, yeah.
Yeah, so the series, like, 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's so interesting.
And it's so well made. Like,
every time I say series, Siri goes off. But if I just say Siri, it doesn't pick it up. Shut up! Anyone else really? Oh, I'm fighting technology. Oh my God. New York Saints, New York Saints. I saw that. With Tom Wilson. Yeah, honestly, that's what I loving Tom Wilson, because I like kind of love pissing people off like that. Ever see what he did to Pacioretty? No. But I'm assuming it was intense. Chloe, me too.
What colors do y'all have for your jersey merch? Well, I'm so glad you asked. It's sitting right here. Our colors for our show are everything in the background. So it's teal, black, whites, grays, all of those. We're trying to open our merch store. We have been so submersed in streaming with you all that we haven't had time to launch it, but we have all the logos set up. We just need to pick a platform to launch it off of. If any of you guys have your own shows or have your own small sports websites and have recommendations on merchandise, like websites, we are actively looking for them. So shoot us a DM on social media, shoot us a DM on Discord, anything like that.
Sorry, guys. Randomly tonight, you're going to see me like have to stretch out. Today, when I was unpacking, my cousin's fiance came to like help me. And while I got up to go buzz him in, I tripped on a box and fell like face first onto the ground. So my body like really hurts. So I have to stretch out every once in a while. And we're back in Long Island.
We have got 12 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in period one. Block shots 4 for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3 for the New York Islanders. Same for shots, except vice versa.
Shannon, are you the one getting notifications from Discord right now?
I keep muting it and it's not working.
I was going to say, I don't even have them on anymore, to be honest, guys, so it's definitely not from me. I was like, what is that sound? Sports game.
Oh, wait. No, I have it muted. What is the... Oh, wait. That should do it. Sorry, guys. Every time we get a new emoji added, which is what our sweet... Why is it doing that? Hold on. I just need to close the app here.
Shannon's doing great.
If that does it.
Shots are starting to even out. Block shots, same thing. Just inverse. Starting to even out here. Not too bad. I feel like there was definitely New York Islanders were definitely dominating early on, but it's starting to look a little more even, which is nice. Matt Barzal will be the best Islander by the end of his career. Whew, big words.
Again, they're releasing a new quest for the Stanley Cup.
Wait, what?
You love those Road to the Winter Classic shows? They're doing a quest for the Stanley Cup show on NHL.com.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to go. I need to watch. Is this what I'm going to do tonight when I should be finishing my homework? For sure.
You have to take that quiz. Guys, if you're just joining us, we have a face-off in the Islanders zone won by Tampa Bay. This is a really great opportunity for them to finally get some good shots on net. They only have 3 shots in the first 10 minutes of this period. If you are just joining us, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and let us know how you're feeling about this game so far. Been a little bit slow on the offensive front. I'm a little bored.
I'm entertaining myself. He's just so cute. I missed him. Yeah, Cooch has been definitely a force here. I mean, you expect that from him every day. Guys, also, if anyone here plays video games and has a Nintendo Switch, I need someone to find me an NHL game that I can play with my Switch because I just need it. Thank you. Just saying. Anyway. Looking a little sloppy in front of the Islanders net there, but settled by Tampa. Is that? No. Oh my God. I almost thought it went out of play. That would have been a rough delay. Ooh, ouch. Mayfield blocked a shot in that mess with his ankle, and that did not look fun. Stamkos. Guys, what do you think of Steven Stamkos as a captain?
He's been a captain for years and years.
7, to be exact.
He's from the same draft class as Kane and Crosby and Bergeron. It's that huge class.
That 07 year was just like literally incredible. My favorite Islander ever is
Meg, off the wall has Steel Flyer on tonight. Oh, that's a Tampa Bay goal! Up off the glove side from Semyon Varlamov.
I'm ready. Where is it? I'm so behind. How behind am I? Oh,
that's a really slow stream, man.
I wasn't even live because I had all those issues with my technology buddy. Can't say the name because it'll come alive.
I was like, what is she talking about?
Is it off the wall as Steel Flyer?
Steel Flyer's on as a guest for Off the Wall.
That's fun.
Guys, we are good friends with both of those channels. If you have not yet, make sure you check those guys out. They're both very good with NHL hockey as well as football, actually.
But not right now. We're hanging out.
Well, yeah, subscribe to our channel, please.
I grabbed my ring light before I sat down. I grabbed a buddy, too.
I'm tweeting. Hold on.
I have both of them now.
God, their hair's so slicked back.
Oh. Sorry, guys. That was my bad on the banner.
Perla, what's up? I was just saying that Steel Flyer is on with Off the Wall. I didn't realize that he was having a guest tonight. That's super fun.
Hi, Perlo.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We are in a commercial break after Tampa Bay is able to make it 1-0. Just over halfway through period 1. Let us know how you're feeling about this game so far. Let us know who you're rooting for. And make sure, please, you subscribe to the channel. We are 15 away from 700, and we are really hoping we can hit 700 tonight.
Ooh, Sid's neck is all fucked up.
And if you have Pop Funkos, let us know what they are. Megan is very excited that hers are unpacked from storage today.
Guys, all my stuff has been in boxes for a year and a half. I'm so happy today. What was I going to say? Oh, I was on last night. Ooh, that's fun.
Oh, I didn't see you. I hop in during commercial breaks and just throw comments in there. I didn't see you on there. That's sad.
Sad. Wait, I had a thought and then I lost it. What did we say before?
Pop Funkos.
No. I don't remember. Guys, I really want a new tattoo. If you have any ideas for what I should get, let me know. Guys, 50p feel officially on the Discord. Yes.
Yes, guys, if you have not yet joined our Discord community, we are doing so much work to try to build that up, and we just hit 50 people. We've got our moderators actively working to put custom emojis in there right now. That is super awesome. So make sure you come in and join. We are back from commercial break. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in period one. Good opportunity for Tampa Bay, and Semyon Varlamov is able to save both rebounds. So now we've got even shots, 5-5 for Tampa Bay and the New York Islanders. 1-0 for Tampa Bay. Honestly, a pretty low shot count for being more than halfway through period one. Only 5 shots for each team.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I feel like I can't decide if I'm looking for a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game, because it's I feel like there's so much aggression that they're gonna keep shooting, and it's gonna turn into a rather high-scoring game eventually. But also looking at the goaltenders, it's so difficult. Yes, Andrew. I wanted to know if there's a video game for a Switch. What is it? To the Discord. Hunter, invite everyone to the Discord, as long as they're respectful. If the Islanders win the cup and y'all reach 1.5K, you should get Matt Barzal tattoo. If the Islanders win the cup and we get to 1.5K subscribers on YouTube, deal. I'll get Matt Barzal on my tattooed somewhere, or at least his jersey number or something. What's the score? Oh, sorry. Tampa Bay 1, New York Islanders none. Want this game go 7. I have mixed feelings because I kind of want this to go to 7 just because I want them to be tired. But also I don't want them to go to 7 because I really want to get to a final. I'm just anxious for the final already, you know? I have so many tattooed ideas and too little flash and money. Agreed. I have too many tattoos, according to my mother, but I don't think I have enough. Shan, we should get matching tats together for these.
Talked about that before.
This hockey life. Speaking of tattoos.
Also, I don't know if Meg noticed, but I made a food talk channel in the Discord today, because we've been talking quite a bit about food, and I made the most beautiful steak tips today and really thought that they deserved recognition.
I had the same Italian. I had half of an Italian sub for lunch and half of it for dinner because I have no food in my house yet, but I really need to make – I have to finish my Whole Foods cart so they can drop it off to me tomorrow. I feel like that makes me sound super lazy. Guys, what are we hoping for here? Who is scoring next? Both will go to 6 or 7. I honestly think you're right. I wouldn't be surprised. Not overly into it, though. Shan, how many games do you think these are going to go to?
I'm going to go 6. I think one of these teams, they're pretty evenly matched right now, but I think once one of these teams gains momentum, it's going to be hard to catch up for the other. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 7 games, though.
Hey, Jimmy Fallon's there.
I didn't watch last night's game between Vegas and Montreal because I was at a work dinner, so I don't know how well Montreal played, if they're really evening the score or if it was a lucky win.
I watched a lot of it. I think it's a little bit of both. I think they definitely deserved it, but I don't think it was fair. I'll say that. It was fair. But it still didn't make me think they were gonna come in and own it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
I think where I struggle is that the better team doesn't have to win. Oh, what a bounce the Tampa Bay missed. God damn. Sammy Varlamov just got lucky there.
Jimmy Fallon is a traitor, Meg. Yeah, I know. He's a Rangers fan.
So is John.
Fallon's so fun. Fallon
there
is
are a couple famous people that are very, typically since New York has two teams, same with LA. I mean, I guess the Lakers don't have this problem, but like if there are two teams in a given city, it's typically pretty evenly split on what famous people are going to pick. The Rangers get like 90% of the well-known people in New York.
Correct. Like, I'm not mad at it though. I feel like being in like COVID time and having been away from work for so long, every time I see people like out and about, like at hockey games and shit, I'm like, oh my God, a person. But then I'm like, wait, I literally used to ride the elevator with Fallon all the time. And I'm like, wow, this feels really weird that I'm going to go back to work soon. So
I was going to never go back to work, and I had to go yesterday, and I have to go Monday. So, like, I don't know what's happening. But we're having some technical difficulties with USA right now. I'm interested that this game is on USA and not NBCSN, but we'll see, guys. We've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in period one. Obviously, Tampa Bay's got a 1-0 lead, and we've got a face-off in the Islanders zone. Tampa Bay is out shooting the Islanders 8-5, but we were saying earlier, if you're just hopping in, that these are pretty low shot counts for both teams. So let us know what you're thinking so far. Make sure you like the video. If you're just hopping in and are new with us, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're really, really, really trying to hit 700 tonight and would love, love, love your support. Yeah, Moira, I love working from home. I really, really do.
I, on the other hand, really miss going to work.
But I also live an hour and 20 minutes away from my office and don't have a car. So I love working from home.
My commute is 15 minutes on the subway.
Got another stoppage of play. We are not getting a ton of consistent play here.
Yeah, it's pretty like touch and go, to be honest.
So we've got 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining now. This will be in Tampa Bay's zone for this face-off. Tampa Bay is thrown from the face-off zone, and someone else will take it. Let's see, now that we've got that face-off completed, if Tampa Bay can clear this puck or if the Islanders – we've got another stoppage of play. Great.
What the hell?
And we're going to go to commercial break here with 5 minutes and 56 remaining.
That's so weird.
It's so boring, guys.
Guys, what the fuck is happening here?
13 more subscribers. Let's keep it moving, folks. If you have not yet, make sure you share the link on your social media. If you're a fan, if you have not joined the Discord, you can send it anywhere and everywhere. We want to make sure that everyone knows what we're up to.
We want to know what you're up to, too. So, like, never be afraid to be like, y'all, I'm doing this. Because we want to see. As much as we love when you guys chat with us, like, we want to support you too. I'm glad Maxine's getting traction in Ontario. Oh, that's so exciting. Heck yeah, guys. Guys, why are there so many different types of eggs? I'm sorry, I'm so lame right now, y'all. I need to finish my grocery cart so I can get my food on time. 8:30. Hey. Oh my God. Just kicked my bed real hard. Ouchie. Guys, who is scoring next? This is wild right now.
I don't love the momentum for either team right now. I think that might have been a delay of game, but I'm not sure.
I sure thought so.
I think they're going to replay it because it might be a delay of game.
Maybe. They got to show us. Give the people what they want.
Guys, I just hopped over to Hot Take Hockey, and he's struggling with this game, too. This is slow stuff.
Eric, Cute. Andrew, also very exciting. You go for just 2 on Tuesday. Shannon and I both got ours a few months ago at this point. And it was wild. Shannon died and I did not. To say the least. It was very unfair.
All right, guys. It was not a delay of game call, so we're going to have 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this first period. Tampa Bay still with 8 shots, New York with 5. Tampa Bay obviously holding the 1-0 lead, but the series is tied 1-1. Hopefully, we can keep play going for more than 15 seconds here.
I'm don't have the faith in that. Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. I mean, the thing is, neither team is holding consistent puck possession right now. They're doing a whole lot of dumping and a whole lot of slow, inconsistent passing.
Yeah, spot on. It's just I just needed to get less sloppy. It's we need scrappy, not sloppy, you know? Guys, love to see you guys supporting each other in the comments.
Yeah, guys, in our Discord community, we have a self-promotion channel that has been really great to learn more about what you guys do. You guys that have podcasts that write for other websites, all those types of things. We'd love to get to know more about what your hobbies are and what kind of things you're doing in the hockey community. So make sure you join the Discord. It's a great way for you to get your content on 50 or so more eyes. So consider it. Hit the button.
Hit the button. Sorry, guys. I'm resituating kind of.
Hit the button.
Hey, my mom completed my Venmo. Your boy Jack. Oh my God, are you okay?
What? I can't pronounce your handle. I'm so sorry, but thanks for joining us. There's genuinely the most boring hockey on my screen right now.
This is the worst hockey I've seen in a very long time.
So if you have any questions or anything you'd like to know about the game, I would love to chat about it. But I swear to God, this game is so boring right now.
That's why we try to make it more fun by talking about whatever you guys want to talk about.
We are 12 subscribers away from 700, though, so we can chat about our TV guest that will be joining us tomorrow if we hit 700.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. My Whole Foods has my favorite bread. Sorry. My friend is obsessed with Euro right now. Yes, guys.
Yeah, I have spent days watching hockey at various beer gardens in my given neighborhood. Vinny, thanks for hopping back in. Guys, if you're just joining us, we now have 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in period 1. I swear we're watching this game. There's really just nothing to watch. So right now, Tampa Bay's got 8 shots to the Islanders 6. We have had about 1,000 stoppages of play in the last 10 minutes of this period. Tampa Bay is holding a 1-0 lead, though, after a goal above Varlamov's glove side. Obviously, the series is tied 1-1. This will be really exciting for whoever can take this series lead. Typically, Game 3 is a momentum changer when it's tied. So,
yeah, sure.
If you guys are just hopping in, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, please, please, please. We are 12 away from 700. We are really hoping that we can hit 700 tonight at the latest tomorrow. But we have some really exciting things planned. The more subscribers that we get, once we hit 1,000, big things are coming. So, Moira, I completely agree. I was expecting more aggression, particularly after what we saw in Game 2.
Especially because it looked like it when it first started. Within the first minute, they were going at each other. But it kind of dropped off since then, which is rather disappointing. I don't know. I want more how it ended the other night. Let's go at each other.
Guys, in intermission, we will chat about the Jack Adams Trophy winnings. I know a lot of people were upset that Barry Trotz wasn't nominated. They did name the winner.
We can talk about that also with our guest who's coming on during first intermission.
We do have a guest.
Mm-hmm.
I, once again, am not positive who that guest is, so I'm going to have to triple check on that. Megan's my bookie here.
That's what I'm here for, guys. Duh. I'm dead.
When's the next Women's World Cup? They did start training again. I don't know when it is exactly, though.
Yeah. I'm very curious myself, to be honest.
I went to, this is a super fun fact, right after the U.S. women's U.S. women's soccer team won the World Cup, I went to a Washington Spirit game, which is where Rose Lavelle plays, and they played the Orlando, I forget what they called. Orlando soccer team. It's where Alex Morgan plays. And they played against each other. It was right after the World Cup. So it was so exciting. There were like a million little girls in the arena that were just so excited to see their like idols at that point. It was like really emotional.
Before, when I was younger, like before my town even like had volleyball, which was like my sport, I played soccer and we would go see Sky Blue play all the time. And New Jersey's team, and it was just so fun to see. Like, they're all so amazing.
Orlando Pride is in my head, and that's definitely wrong.
Someone is... No,
it is Orlando Pride.
Oh. Well, good for you. Very proud of Shannon.
I knew it was bright purple, and it had something to do with, like, a cat or a tiger or something. And I was like, it can't be Boston Pride and Orlando Pride, but it is.
But it... I mean, different sports. That's fine.
All right, guys. 20 seconds remaining in this period one. There's not going to be a goal in these next 20 seconds. Just let me know now.
Shannon's just so supportive of everyone.
I'll take a tequila shot if there is one.
Oh my God, I really hope there's a goal. Come on, people.
That's one thing Megan and I haven't done is taken a tequila shot on screen.
I don't even have tequila in this apartment right now.
What?
That's like the one thing I didn't pack. How disappointing, though.
Megan, it's time. Is he going to come on screen?
Yeah, he should be coming soon.
No.
Oh, no, he won't. I was like, yeah, I guess he's coming. My bet says nope. Just because I know he wants to like play with my heart.
I hear Buddha in the hallway.
Buddha. Our favorite bowl. Wait, was he? Come on. Guys, is Patrick Sharp on tonight, please? And thank you.
Well, that's what I was concerned about.
I don't know. I'm concerned about the congestion in my nose. But guys, we can start our Trotz conversation momentarily as our guest is here to join us. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, anytime. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Sure. Gil Martin, host of Locked On Islanders, and do a daily podcast on the Isles. Been doing it for 2 seasons now, and just enjoying the playoff run so far.
Amazing. So, guys, everyone was asking in the comments why Trotz was not nominated as a coach this season. What are your thoughts on this? I'm sure you have a few.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a mistake. I think he should be up there. I mean, the fact of the matter is the Islanders reached the conference final now for the 2nd straight year with a roster that is not as deep and not as talented as a lot of other teams. And Barry Trotz just maximizes the talent available on this roster, gets this team to play disciplined, smart, traditional hockey. And yeah, he really deserves a little bit more respect than what he's gotten. I think maybe because he's won the award twice already, and the Islanders were kind of expected to be good, not great, but good. They usually reserve more votes on the, Coach of the Year, the Jack Adams Trophy, for guys who turn a team around dramatically.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that happens a lot when we see like, oh, they've won it before, like give other people a chance. But it's like, I feel like discounting what someone's doing in a given year just like isn't fair just because they've won before. And that's definitely something we're seeing here.
I agree. I mean, you got to take everything into consideration, and you got to be fair and judge each year accordingly. But hey, the voters do what the voters do. Yeah.
We got to talk about kind of what you said. The team that doesn't necessarily have the most depth has gotten this far. I know you knocked out my team first as a Penguins fan with Sid over here and Shannon just last round.
Oh.
Really made it a talent at finding our weak points and 100% capitalizing on them. Can you tell us a little bit kind of how you think the Islanders got here?
Yeah, I mean, they play a relentless forecheck, and I think that has a lot to do with it. They force the opposition into mistakes, and then the Islanders don't make a lot of mistakes themselves. And what you see in so many games is the Islanders win, 3-2, but they're outshot 35-25. But when you measure the quality scoring chances, it's roughly even or maybe even slightly in favor of the Islanders. They'll give you shots, but they won't give them to you from those high traffic, high quality scoring areas, like from the face-off circles into the crease.
For sure. Shannon and I have been talking that I feel like all playoffs is that it's not the team who's taking the most shots who's winning. It's the team who's taking the best shots. And like the Islanders are a perfect example, but we've been seeing that across all four divisions in first and second rounds. It's been pretty on par that like the teams, you don't have to be the team that's taking the most shots anymore. If you can be strategic, you can take a lead.
Absolutely. And, you have to add to that quality goaltending, and that's a recipe for winning. It doesn't have to be pretty. They don't ask how, they just ask how many.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned the goaltending. We talked a lot about how these four goaltenders who are left right now are just top-notch, like incredible forces. And obviously someone's got to win a game. So it's like someone's going to be letting in goals, but it's like, you can't, like in game one for Vegas and Montreal, Vegas won, but you can't take away how well Carey Price played. And we kept saying that. It's like the score doesn't reflect it, but he is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you get to this level, no team is going to get to the conference final without having a hot goalie. And, in the playoffs, there's less space, less time, more physicality, and great goaltending. So you got to earn your goals. No question about that.
For sure. That physicality has definitely been a pro for your Islanders, especially with the Penguins, just really throwing them off their game, having Sid and Gensel have to be on the aggressive side for a change when they're really more skill players than rough players. And that really helped y'all with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I think they got under Letang's skin a little bit and Alkin's skin a little bit, got them off their game. And those are two, all-star, probably future Hall of Fame players. And if you can get them off their game, that's one in your favor getting into a 7-game series.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to be under Malkin's skin this season as he has not been himself. So not really sure what to see for next season over there, especially with the core, but hopefully you'll see a turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't 100% healthy in the playoffs this year. So hopefully from a Penguins perspective and from a hockey fan perspective, I want to see the best players on the ice playing their best.
Right, yeah, especially now that Malkin's had his successful surgery. Hopefully everything can kind of be back to normal. Speaking of injuries and stuff, I feel like that's something the Islanders kind of can use to their advantage right now. They're fairly healthy.
Yeah, the only major player who's missing is Anders Lee, but of course, captain. And they really miss him on that top line because, let's face it, Leo Komarov is a useful player, but he's not a first-line player, and he doesn't add much, if any, offense. He's physical. He'll win battles for pucks in the corners. He'll play good defense. But, Anders Lee is a 30, 35-goal scorer, and Leo Komarov is about an 8-goal-a-year kind of a scorer. So they miss him, and he's the captain. He's also their spiritual leader. But other than him right now, yes, they're very healthy.
That's what I was going to say. Without having him kind of with them every night on the bench there, do you think that's kind of throwing them to work harder for him or, like, throwing off their game a little bit? Probably
a little of both. I think it is inspiring the team. I think they feel like they need to dig down a little bit deeper, but you always get into that situation where, Anders Lee, in the playoffs, he's big, physical. He'll park himself in front of the opposing goal crease, get those rebounds, deflections, screen the goalie, and they don't have anyone else who can do it even close to as effectively as Anders Lee does.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost like a Chara effect, which I feel like Boston definitely missed this season. Shan, I don't know if you want to comment on that at all. But
no, I mean, yeah, Boston's demise was the fact that they lost their veteran support at the blue line and their depth at the blue line. Obviously, it's great when you have depth and young guys, but if that's the only thing you have, then there's nothing you can work with. So when you lose guys like Torrey Krug and Zdeno Chara on the blue line, and you don't have those guys that can support of the front lines, and you have to rely on the guys that are supposed to be your depth with nothing there, especially when Brandon Carlo goes down to injury, then it's going to be an issue. You can go through one round. They play historically well against the Capitals, but then you face a team like the Islanders who nitpicks and is, again, like you were saying prior, I apologize, I was tweeting that you had joined us, but for a team like the Islanders who doesn't need a lot of shots, all they need to know is where your weak points are, and they absolutely nitpick and poke holes in where you're weak. Then if you don't have that depth and you don't have those guys you can switch out and swap around, and Bruce Cassidy is a coach that loves to swap things around, but it has not proven successful this season with the young guys that the Bruins have. And the Islanders have a particular point of success because they have a lot of veterans that they can work with. The Bruins don't have that many right now.
Yeah, and I think they also miss Chara's leadership in the locker room. Everyone looked up to him. He's been through the wars. He was the captain. And I think, it's hard to replace that kind of experience, that kind of leadership, and that kind of size.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the size alone. But his leadership, when Bergeron took over, everyone said, he has been the next guy in line forever. That doesn't mean he's a leader like Zdeno Chara. That's a perennial leader, a perennial captain that you're never going to find anywhere else. And yes, I'm not saying Bergeron's a bad captain, but it's hard to fill Zdeno Chara's shoes, especially when you're looking at, it was kind of a surprise, at least externally, that he was leaving. I don't know if it was a surprise internally. We were just chatting about, there's a Peacock show called Z's Made for This, and it's all kind of about the last couple of years of Zdeno Chara's career. And it's not like dramatized at all. It's very, very realistic, which makes it interesting. Right. And so the 1 or 2 episodes I've seen have all been around the tail end of his time with Boston and him going to Washington. And it seems like it was relatively well known within the front office, but not within the roster. And so that kind of explains a little bit of what was going on in the locker room for the first few weeks of the Bruins season, and that they really were having a hard time. They're kind of like a deer trying to learn to walk for a little bit of the beginning of the season.
I think, you should have a little bit of faith that Bergeron will grow into the role, and that, I think he will be a good captain. It's just a question of, getting used to that role, the players getting used to him being the leader. And this is his first season. It was a weird season, an abbreviated season. I think by next year, he'll be much more comfortable with the C on his sweater.
Well, and Megan was asking mid-first period about Steven Stamkos as a captain. And I was referencing how Sidney Crosby, who Megan's obviously a Penguins fan, Sidney Crosby, Steven Stamkos, Patrick Kane, Patrice Bergeron are all from that one draft, and it is just like a depth-filled draft of captains, of incredible Hall of Famers. It's insane when you look back at that one.
Yeah, you gotta love drafts like that, and while they're happening, you don't know what's really going to be And then you look back at it 5, 10, 15 years later, and you're like, wow. And there's always one team that took someone who played 3 NHL games in the middle of all these Hall of Fame, leaders and great all-time players too.
Yeah. I think this could arguably go down as one of the best draft years of all time.
No doubt.
It's going to be very interesting when they're all retired and seeing who actually makes it to the Hall of Fame, who kind of falls short, because it's there's going to be so many options there. Granted, they could all get there eventually, but not everyone can go all at once. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, no, they're not going to go all in at the same time, but I think you'll see a pretty sizable number of players from that draft getting into the Hall of Fame, and that's a great thing. For sure.
Oh, guys, if you have any questions you want us to ask, do not be afraid to put them in the comments. So much going on. I know you guys are sustaining your own little conversations. Vernon, I saw you joined. Happy to see you as always. Guys, keep it coming tonight. So let me ask you, of all things right now, what do you guys need to close this deal, close the gap, and pull ahead tonight? I know huge advantage being at home right now.
Yeah, being at home is great. Getting the last change certainly helps. And the crowd at the Coliseum is just electric right now. The Islanders need to just do what they do best. They need to tie things up in the neutral zone and get their forecheck going. And if they can do those two things, they'll force Tampa Bay into mistakes and not give Tampa too many chances to, get those good quality scoring chances, because they have so much depth and so much talent on this roster. You saw them do it in game 1 very effectively. Game 2, a lot less so. I think in the first period, the first 5 minutes, the Islanders did a good job, and maybe the last 3 or 4 minutes. But in the middle, it sort of broke down on them a little bit, and I think they lost a little bit of their energy after giving up that first goal.
Yeah, and I think one of the key things that we were chatting about was the momentum completely died after that first goal was scored for both teams. And it's, the lack of pass completion, the lack of consistent puck,
Control.
Thank you. I'm exhausted. It's been a lot.
Sentences.
But if they can't hold the puck for more than 10 seconds before it gets thrown into the neutral zone again, they're not, we're just going to be watching boring hockey. We were saying earlier that the lack of physicality compared to the last game, which we were saying it was a little bit aggressive in the last, when Varlamov is getting thrown from his crease in game 2, thankfully he was able to come back after that scary scene. But I think it's a stark contrast right now from what we had in game 2 and what we have in game 3 right now.
Yeah, and I said on my podcast when I previewed this game, the Islanders don't want to engage the Lightning, don't want to trade players. 4-on-4 favors Tampa Bay. The Islanders want to skate 5-on-5, and obviously you don't want to give Tampa Bay any power plays. So, the Islanders, you want to answer physicality, but you have to be smart about it, because you can't afford to be down a man or even give the Lightning skilled players more room to maneuver on the ice.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a big thing I keep mentioning is being sloppy versus being scrappy. There's a fine line there, but this is turning into sloppy, and it needs to turn back around if anyone really wants to have success tonight.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point. And yeah, that fine line, it often comes in, 3, 4, 5 minute spurts where it goes one way or the other. And you have to play the majority of the game smart rather than just physical.
Yeah, 100% agree. Shan, we can't get through this intermission without calling out the fact that our boo, Patrick Sharp, is back.
I called it out in the comments. But Mike Babcock is also doing intermission reporting, and I can't stand his remorse tour or whatever he's doing. So
yeah, trying to make his comeback happen.
Redemption tour, remorse tour, whatever you want to call it. It's Patrick Sharp is in the middle seat. He's never in the middle seat because Mike Babcock.
Throwing me off because Mike only wants to be on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm shook. What do you think about this new structure of everything moving over to ESPN, TNT, that little shift here? Are you hoping for better coverage next year with that?
I hope so. I mean, we'll see. it's so crazy now with streaming and everything else. It's so different than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But look, NBC gave a lot of coverage, and now we'll see, having two networks, what that does for the NHL next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, definitely still some great coverage left in the for the Cup. I think at least 4 of 7 are going to be on the actual network. That's my insider tea for everyone. But hopefully we have a great series. I really kind of hope the final goes to 7 this year, because like there's just like such great hockey being played. As much as like we have certain games where we're like, okay, can something happen? Like this is dragging on. Like I feel like whoever makes it to this Cup, it's gonna be tough.
It is. You're gonna have to earn it, and that makes it all the more sweet for the fans of the team that gets there. I'm enjoying this playoff ride. It's been a great Stanley Cup playoff, not just for the Islanders, but I think for the league. And it's great to have fans back in the stands, because the atmosphere is so different in an empty building. I mean, the bubble was great. We needed it last year, but having fans back in the stands and yelling and chanting and just being involved like this is the way hockey was meant to be.
Yeah, I mentioned that when we first started, like, because I just moved back into New York today, and it's just like all of our restrictions are lifted right now. Yep. Like, of like the broader ones that aren't just like locally mandated by certain businesses, but it's like the vibe has just changed. New York is alive right now, and that is no exception for Islanders right now in Nassau.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, by the end of the season, they had like 2,000 fans at the game, and now they're up to full capacity, and it's just great to see.
Yeah, love to see our celeb friends back in there, everyone here to hang out, but we are just about to get back here, guys, for this second period. Oh my gosh, I'm literally
don't rush it
tonight. But guys, if you have not checked out Locked On Islanders, let's go. Tell everyone where they can find you on social.
I have, it's at Locked On Isles is the show's Twitter feed, and then at Ice Wars NYR VSNYI is my Twitter feed. I'm live tweeting throughout the games and always trying to keep people updated. And wherever you get podcasts, you can find Locked On Islanders, and I have a great time doing it, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Amazing. Don't want to keep you from watching this amazing game as the puck has dropped. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll definitely talk again.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Guys, we have the puck drop here. Who's ready for a second period? Because I am.
Who's ready for a second drink? Because I am.
I didn't finish my first drink, but I definitely need some water. I think I'm dehydrated.
Guys, it's my Friday.
Let's have a party. I'm working out at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so it's gonna feel rough if I'm a little.
So I wasn't even, you know, when you like have slept so poorly for so many days. Well, first of all, guys, we'll put the banner back up. We are 1 minute, I'm sorry, into period 2 between Tampa Bay and the Islanders. We did have a good opportunity there when Megan was outtroing our friend Gil at Locked On Islanders, but nothing came to fruition. So Tampa Bay is still holding the 1-0 lead, outshooting the Islanders 11-8. Both these teams going for the strategy of quality over quantity here. So low shot count. Let's see if that persists. The Islanders have been sneakily good in the second period the last few games. I always start saying that they're not a second period team, and then it bites me in the ass. So let's see.
I feel like they're not a third period team anymore. They're like kind of just shifting earlier and then kind of dropping off.
I mean, let's see what happens.
I don't want to like say things that are like out of turn, which granted, I always want to say things out of turn, but like, I kind of feel like there's been a little bit of a shift, guys. Come at me if you think I'm wrong. Wait, Eric, was that a goal?
No.
Oh.
There's no goal.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I was saying, you know, when you, have just slept so poorly for so many days in a row that you feel hungover.
Yeah.
So I had a couple drinks at dinner with my coworkers. So not drunk.
Not on that level at all.
Like nowhere near there. And so I woke up this morning and felt literally ill and was like, why do I feel ill? Like that was not like I was not drunk. And went to the gym and was like, why do I feel like I was at like a club last night? Like, but it's because I haven't slept in like days.
Literally. Guys, we are hyped right now. I love the manifestation for goals that's happening.
It's a tag team effort.
Oh yeah.
Depends on what you need, Chloe.
Depends who's on their game that night. We're both here. We both have the control, but
like I'm tweeting right now, but Megan does the banners. Well, actually, we both do the banners.
Who are you? Who are we? Megan? Shannon?
We are. Penn State, know where the Slapshot Sweethearts.
Yes!
We are 3 minutes into period 2, though. Tampa holding a 1-0 lead. Guys, if you're just joining us, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We are desperately trying to hit 700 tonight. We only need 12 more. If you guys just missed, we had Gil from the Locked On Islanders podcast of the Locked On Podcast Network on. They are a really great podcast network. We highly recommend them. We are part of the Belly Up Sports Network. Make sure you check out both of those. Really great shows on all of them. We regularly collaborate with the Hockey Podcast Network and Locked On Podcast Network. So.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, exactly what Dan said. Penn State was the correct answer, actually, Shannon, just so we know. Jeremy, what's up?
Megan, do we have any other guests joining us this evening, or is that?
I don't think so. If they are, I have not sent them the link.
I was just triple checking.
I don't know.
Moira, you are correct. This game is
a snooze fest, if you will. I'm more entertained by my Pop Funkos than this game. What a hockey. Need to see them on soon. Yeah? Can make that happen.
What a hockey. Yeah, we could have them on. They're very easy to schedule.
I was going to say, we can make that happen probably real fast.
I could probably have them on in like an hour if you want. Jeremy, thanks for joining. Guys, if you know where I can find the mascot Pop Funkos, that is what you need to send me.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I need to grab some water because I'm terribly dehydrated. Be back in a moment.
I'm currently adding mascot Pop Funkos to my cart. I found a gritty one, by the way. It's a little pricier than I'm pleased with, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep finding the NHL mascot ones and add them to my cart, and then we'll pick and choose once we see the total price, once they're all in there. So, guys, if you're just hopping in, we are 4 minutes into period 2. As we've said in the comments, if you haven't noticed, this has been a grinder, a slow game. But Tampa Bay does hold a 1-0 lead. The series is tied 1-1. So honestly, whoever comes out of this, there is going to be some excitement going into Game 4. Game 4 is going to be a game changer, not to overuse the word game, because whoever will win that will either tie up the series 2-2 or Tampa Bay could go up 3-1. So let's see. Meg, thank you for coming back so I can refocus on my Pop Funkos.
I'm coming. Guys, does anyone else have like a really tall bed and have to like literally climb into it? Because I do.
No. My bed is quite low.
My bed is so tall. It's ridiculous. I miss Gritty's pup. What? Gritty's pups?
This chance the Gila Monster is cheaper than the other one.
Hot Topic, Pop Funko, Pop in a Box. Oh yeah, Hot Topic sells a lot of them actually. Oh, Stranger Things ones are cool, guys.
I don't like Stranger Things.
I'll see if I can bring some of my other ones back here, and I'll show you guys at some point.
Well, this Pop Funko pack is only $15 and has 5 mascots in it.
So buy it.
Well, this one's going in the cart. It has Carlton. Wait. Okay. It has Gritty, Chance, Blades, Carlton, and Blackhawk. Wait, but why is the New Jersey Devil picture in here?
That's good.
Oh, because you can pick one extra person to add to it. So, and the only one available is Carlton. That's messed up. I want the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Sorry. I'm not sorry. It's okay. LOL, I'm tall, so tall beds aren't tall for me, but short ones are really short. I'm like tall for a girl. Like I'm 5'8", and Shannon, you're what, 5'9"?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we're like tall, but like not tall. But like this bed is so tall. I literally climb. But to answer that, Chloe, I will work on getting one on hockey, maybe even here later. TBD. It depends how fast they reply tonight. Guys, yeah, if you like have seen us collab with people in the past and you want to see them back again, we're like totally down to like reach out to all of our friends if this is what you guys want or who you want. Shan, Pierre Maguire not here again.
It's not looking good for his future, folks. Not looking good. I should get the Ronald McDonald one too, probably.
Ronald McDonald?
The Marc-Andre Fleury one's so cute.
Wild. Oh my god, guys. I just feel like I'm living my worst life right now. I'm so congested. Yes, tall girl vibes. What up?
All right, right now in my cart, I have...
Show us the cart.
No, because it might show my personal information.
Don't do that. Sorry, guys, we can't share our personal information.
I have the New Jersey Devil. Let me preface by saying I'm not buying all these at once. I just added all the mascots I saw. We have the New Jersey Devil, Blades from the Bruins, Chance the Gila Monster,
oh god,
Youppi, Gritty, Carlton the Bear, and Tommy Hawk.
I think it's not a bad, like...
All of those are only $100.
Shannon. Shannon. What happened to the $15?
Well, for 10 of them, I can get that. Guys, if you're just joining us, Megan has introduced me to NHL Pop Funkos, and we might have a problem.
Because look at this one. Oh, I can't.
Jeremy, I'm looking for the mascots. Then I'll move into teams. However, I want the mascots first.
Yeah. That's fair.
We're in our first commercial break of period 2. Let's see who can light the lamp next. Again, not a ton of offensive play thus far. We're going to have a face-off in the Islanders zone. The Islanders are going to win it. Tampa Bay's actually had a few shots on net. They've got 18 shots now to the Islanders 10. 8 minutes into period 2 so far. Tampa Bay still holding this 1-zip lead. If you guys have not yet selected boy, I promise I did not hit purchase. I have bills to pay. But I
am living in a deficit. Let's be real.
It's like when gals.
Hey guys, want to hear something super exciting for me though? Don't tell my boss. I got a job interview today.
Oh, I didn't know this. I hope your boss doesn't watch this.
Yeah, he wouldn't. That'd be very weird. I want the Devils one except Hall because he's not ours. True. Oh, good. Guys, honestly wild. Ha! This is what happens when I'm up at like 5:30. Guys, this game needs to like excite me.
I just wasn't mentally prepared for this to be my Friday. Because I wasn't told until 4.
I wonder? No. I feel like we'll just start getting it next year.
Guys, if you have not yet, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are only 12 subscribers away from 700, and we desperately want to hit that tonight. We have got 11 minutes remaining in period 2.
Shannon, only 11 away.
Yeah, I said 11.
I thought you said 12. My bad.
Well, 11 away. Very excited about that. If you guys are new with us, we do daily NHL playoff coverage. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the playoffs. It has been a haul, people. We are super excited for everyone that we have met. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you check us out on social media. And make sure you check out this game. We are excited to see if Tampa Bay can hold this lead.
Indeed. Who love Harry Potter? I like Harry Potter. I gave myself a Harry Potter marathon the other day.
Ooh, that could be a part of my Saturday self-care.
My Saturday self-care is going to be doing nothing on the beach.
It's going to be a workout, a sub from my favorite sandwich place.
Yes, guys.
The pool.
That's a question. Everyone's Shan, what's our Hogwarts house?
Slytherin.
Me too.
We're snakes.
Really are. We're so Slytherin, it hurts. Guys, what would you, obviously we just said what we are, but like where would you guys have thought Shannon and I would have been?
Also, you know what's a really fun question? If you had to bucket hockey teams into different houses, which ones would you do it?
Yo!
Yeah, let me get a drink before we do that.
That's a really good idea. Wait, okay. Sports teams, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. Love it, guys. D, did I see you before? What up? I'm so honest to be a Slytherin. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just kind of a savage. It's so bad. Meg, maybe an emotional support Hufflepuff. Fair. Dan would be Ravenclaw. Meg would be Hufflepuff. Interesting. These are so interesting. It's like also interesting because like obviously like, you guys are with us like every night, so you like kind of know us, but like also like in our regular lives, like it's also so different sometimes. Shan, Sports Geek says you would be a Ravenclaw.
I am pretty smart, not to toot my own horn.
I'm okay. I'm not, well, kind of an idiot. I'm kind of dumb, but like, I'm very life smart, to be honest. Jenna will be, yeah, guys, what do you think Jenna would be?
Ravenclaw.
I was just going to say that.
Jenna's the smart one that keeps us in check when Megan and I want to fuck around.
Honestly, guys, that's why we need interns to keep us together.
Guys, 11 more subscribers. Keep these guesses coming on what Hogwarts house you think we would be. And then, Megan, back to my question.
What you ask?
Which Hogwarts house would the New York Islanders be?
I feel like they're kind of snakes.
Hufflepuff.
Why, though? Oh, my God. Fallon, how drunk are you? Let's be clear.
Fallon?
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon was just on screen looking like an idiot.
Oh, I didn't say I was still up because you're a minute behind me.
Right.
I hope he's wrong. I love Jimmy Fallon. He's my favorite late night host.
Well, Shan, let's go see Fallon then.
Don't joke.
Do you want to?
Yeah, of course I want to.
Okay, let's do it. I got you, boo. Oh, maybe. Well, if I'm still there when you're here in September, we'll go.
Well, yeah. When am I coming in September again?
I'll text you.
Because I need to know when the Stanley Cup Final is going to fall on, and if there's a good weekend that I have nothing to do, and I can just take a cheap like.
Oh, I'll send you the schedule like tomorrow or something.
Because if both of us have slow like weekends and we could do like 2 of those games together, that would be fun.
It'd be so fun, guys. Guys, do you want a Megan Shan take New York Cup or something?
I would take. I have a big backpack, like an Auburn NBA backpack, and I would have to stuff it with like my ring light and my like microphone.
Guys, how funny would that be? Andrew, to rejoin. What up? Welcome back.
All right. So what Hogwarts house is Tampa Bay then? Slytherin. They're probably Slytherin.
Yeah.
Because no one likes them.
What about Vegas?
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Because they came out of like nowhere and were heroes.
Would Montreal be like Hufflepuff?
Yeah, that's why I think the Islanders are Hufflepuff, because they're like useless.
Okay, guys, this is officially a shit on every other team in the world, but only using Harry Potter references.
Laura, I completely agree. Like, I don't want to call Tampa Bay Slytherin because I am also a Slytherin, but like, they are Draco Malfoy. Like,
I am Draco Malfoy.
John Buddha didn't even come back. He came back from his walk and he went straight into the bedroom. He didn't even come sit with me because this game is so boring. All right, what are the Penguins then?
Crap. Is that the most honest statement I've ever said? I feel like they're kind of like Ravenclaw-y.
I'm going to tweet this and see what people say.
I think they're Ravenclaw. You know what? I'm going to make a TikTok about this. Where's Jenna? Guys, everyone go tweet at Jenna and tell her to get in the comments. When Guy's birthday? Like, when are our birthdays? My birthday is November 1st.
My birthday was last month. It was in May.
Yeah, we posted about it.
Yep. Took a long weekend.
Yeah, mine's in the fall.
Tag her on. No, Moira, you don't need to. She's actually on vacation with her family.
She's partially on vacation. She's watching a baseball game. Hush. Tristan Jarry is Hufflepuff. Yeah, I would say the Pens as a whole are like Ravenclaw-y, but Jarry himself is a Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff.
All right, I tweeted it. Guys, here's the link to the tweet.
John goes, Jenna is busy working on Meg's Limu Emu sponsorship. Jeremy, my birthday's in 5 days. That's so exciting! Oh my god,
I did just DM a couple businesses in DC though to see if they would be interested in local sponsorships, and we're waiting to hear back. So TBD. I mean, I was bored and wanted to see if I could get some traction. So you never know until you shoot your shot, folks. Guys, that's the link to my tweet. Go
Story of our life, shoot your shot. My birthday is in 2 weeks. Summer biz. Oh my god, guys, you guys have so many birthdays.
Guys, that's how we met our famous guest for tomorrow. Is we shot our shot in the DMs. So,
and now he loves us.
I think we might have. I don't want to say it until I confirm.
What?
We hit 690 subscribers, folks. 10 more. I'm not fucking around anymore. 10 more subscribers.
Another guest soon.
I'm simply not signing off tonight until we get the 10 subscribers.
Oh my god, I have to make more Gmail accounts. Makes 6 new Gmail accounts just appease Shannon.
Jeremy, that's a good point. You have an exam, like a big exam on your birthday. My birthday always falls on either like finals, graduation, or Mother's Day, like that weekend area at the beginning of May. So I never really got to celebrate my birthday because it was always on like large events or exams.
Okay, guys, someone else has our link right now.
Let's wear green.
Can you resubscribe? What'd you say?
Does he wear green?
Yeah. Except our Instagram DM background is purple. It's really cute. I did not even set it. 10 more 7. Guys, can I just like say it feels like just yesterday we were at 500. Y'all are fucking amazing.
We started the playoffs. I remember the night before the playoffs, I'm cooking dinner. I'm like texting all of my family members, asking them to subscribe so that we could start the playoffs at 350. And now we're about to hit 700. Like, folks, this has been a wild ride, and it is not over. We have got 6 minutes remaining in this period too, and the Islanders are at Vasilevsky's door. They are not going to quit in this period. Wow. I don't know why that wasn't a dead play. The referee made a loose call.
Guys, not even a month ago, it was 500.
Yeah, actually, our channel has more than doubled in size in the last 28 days. I have a plugin that tells me that.
Whoa. Who are these Pop Funkos from? Oh, these are all the... Yo.
Someone send us Pop Funkos.
Yes.
Guys, we have got officially some fighting. Kyle Palmieri's helmet is off. Little physicality that Megan.
Yeah! It's the DM on Instagram from Jeremy. So they're so cool. Hit each other! Hit the ref! Guys, is Palmieri balding in his back of his head?
Yeah, he is. All right, guys, we are in commercial break. Once again, if you have not yet, we are 10 away from 700 subscribers, excuse me. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We are really excited about that. Jeremy, yeah, we only started at New Year's of this year. So it has been, didn't start using YouTube until mid-February. So it has been a climb, and we are really excited to hit 1,000. Once you hit 1,000, it is up and up from there. We have done a ton of work on social media. Make sure you check that out. We just started on Discord. I just hopped in there, and there's a ton of chatter going on between our loyal fans. So make sure that you guys check that out. You do not need a YouTube channel to subscribe. That is a fun fact that a lot of people don't know. All you need is a Gmail, which is why Megan was joking about Gmails. No matter how many Gmail accounts you have, you can hit the subscribe button. Just go to the top right corner and hit switch account, and then you can subscribe.
If you've ever had a friend log into their Gmail on your computer and you can still get in, you should subscribe them too.
Guys, that's it right there. Send us to your friends.
Yes.
Go on your Twitter accounts, your Facebook pages, and post our link. We are super excited to meet all of your friends. We've loved to get to know you guys so far. It has been so much fun. And I know, like, you think we're supposed to say that, but I genuinely am so serious when I say Megan and I will text each other for like 30 minutes after every stream and just like decompress all of the nice things we have to say about having known all of you all. It's not bullshit. It's so nice.
Yeah. In this really fucked up time of this like stupid Panini Press moment, this has been such a light. Like, not even kidding. Oh my God.
And back to hockey for a second. Sergachev is in the box, so the Islanders are going to go on a power play. Let's see if we can get some goals along with 700 subscribers. 700 subscribers and a goal, perhaps?
Ooh, that'd be fun. Ooh, 693.
TFB Gaming, thanks for joining us, your boy Jack. We really appreciate you sending us some new friends. Make sure you guys, if you're just joining us, we are a minute and 30 into, or sorry, a minute and 30 remaining in the power play for the Islanders. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're just hopping in TFB Gaming. We will subscribe back. Just shoot us your link.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you also have a channel, like, we'll sub for sub. Let's be real.
Ooh, a little hit on Varlamov. I see you. I see you.
I'm reading while the games are on when they get boring. I'm so glad.
6 more, 6 more, 6 more. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, guys, it's so funny. Like, so many of you have literally been here from the beginning. Jack keeps telling me, as he should. Well,
thanks for hopping in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have got 45 seconds remaining in this power play, everyone. We really appreciate you guys hopping in. We only need 6 more subscribers to 700. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow us on social media. Hop in on Discord if you guys are fans of Discord. 5 more now. Guys, we will drop our guest for tomorrow if we hit 700. We promised. So we've got
we'll have a guest in like 20, 30 minutes.
Yep. We have a guest joining us in 20 minutes. We have a famous guest joining us tomorrow. I promise I'm not bullshitting the term famous. He really
literally has a TV show. Who live right next to New York? I live in New York. I'm back. Guys, this power play was a good chance for the Islanders to catch up on shots on goal, get some opportunities. Anything happen? Nope.
Yeah, not able to capitalize. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in period 2. Tampa Bay out shooting. Oh, no, tie shots, 18-18. Tampa Bay obviously still winning 1-0, though. The series is tied 1-1. 4 more. Wayne Gretzky. News I always want to hear from you. Alexander Ovechkin, 3 more. Guys, I love – oh, an Islanders goal! Goal! Guys, I need a goal and I need 700 subscribers. Come on, 3 more. Guys, come on.
Tie game, bitches.
Wow. We've got a tie game and we are about to hit 700 subscribers. I am heated up. Let's go. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video if you're new with us. We have got 30 likes and 698 subscribers. We need 2 more. If you guys are just joining us, we are really fired up as we are 2 subscribers away. We've got a tie game now that the Islanders scored a messy goal on Andrei Vasilevsky's left glove side underneath his pad. Kyle Clutterbuck is able to nip it past him and Ryan McDonough, which is super interesting. I have a puck signed by Ryan McDonough to give away to you guys that I haven't done yet.
Sorry, I was sending our link to a homie.
You're the 700th. Woo! Guys, did we really do it? I have to confirm.
Yeah!
Guys!
This was our goal for the end of the week. Is it early? Oh my God. Do we do it now?
Intermission, we'll do it.
Whoa, what a tease.
Guys, I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have not yet, make sure you like the video. Make sure you continue subscribing. Now we're on the road to 800. It's the Lord's work here. Pellick is about to go to the box, though, so Tampa Bay is going to go on a power play. 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining.
Let's see if they can answer this Islanders goal, y'all.
Yeah. Adam Pellick goes to the box for roughing or interference, excuse me. Barry Trotz is really displeased about it. It was a loose call. So 2 minutes of these 2 minutes and 22 seconds will be a Tampa Bay power play. Then there'll be just under 30 seconds remaining of 5-on-5 unless we have any other calls.
Which you never know right now.
Yes, Dan is right. 300 more subscribers for the 24-hour stream. Let's get it going, folks. Jack just showed what happens when you send it to your friends. Let's get it moving. Send it to your friends. Tweet out this link. Post it on your socials. Send it to anyone you know that uses YouTube. Just hit that little red subscribe button. It means so much to us. You can see how hyped we are. Excited. Keep it moving.
Guys, I love this Harry Potter house conversation that's happening in our
Is
Twitter
this still
now.
happening? I love it.
Wild. Guys, are the Lightning going to score during this power play? New goal, 100 Discord. No, I'm focused on YouTube, sorry.
Oh, well, I do want 100 on
Jenna's goal.
Guys, all goals are good goals. I want 5K on Twitter before the end of the playoffs, too. We're at 3,200 right now, so if you have not yet, make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. Yes, I did read all the Harry Potter books.
So, like, in my defense.
So Megan didn't.
I don't read. I have really, which I'm sure this is no surprise to anyone here, as you guys have like gotten to know me, I have really bad ADHD. And I like choose not to medicate myself because I didn't do well with it in high school. So I like can't read a book. Like it's so difficult for me to read. I just like read the same thing like 30 times. So, Moira, when you accidentally close the live stream and scream like a little girl.
That's like what we do when we accidentally close it, except we're live.
I did it to Shannon the other night. We were just kind of like logging off, like doing our little post-stream chat. And I just like thought I was closing another tab and I just like closed out of the entire thing. And I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're at. Rockstar Energy. Why is there an ad for Rockstar Energy drink right now? That seems dumb. Guys, what's everyone's favorite drink? I'm very curious. Maybe we'll put some drinks.
I don't drink caffeine, so it's
maybe we'll put some drinks in our cookbook.
Oh, I'll do cocktails.
Yeah. We'll do
like the cookbook thing definitely is like not a joke. We just have to, we don't have a separate website. Oh, what an Islanders goal! Holy shit, that looked so good.
Wait.
Wow, Braden Point.
Not short though, right?
No.
Well, I'm still on a power play. Alcohol or no? Either one. What is ADHD? Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It's a mental health issue. Mental health condition. Anyway, I've been like this my whole life.
I've definitely developed it with age. It's not great.
Yeah, I was definitely born like this.
I tried to ask my therapist about it, and she was like, have you tried meditating? And I was like, that is certainly not going to help my inability to read.
Yeah, it's actually more common in boys, but harder to diagnose, which is interesting. I read a lot of, I try to read a lot about it. Like I like reading articles, like books are hard for me. But I'm really good with numbers. I do math for a living. Yeah, I was in like reading support classes and stuff in high school because I like couldn't do it. It's really funny. But now I do math for a living, so who gives a crap? And want to know what? I can count to 700, bitches. Oh, what a life, guys.
Guys, we've got 5 seconds remaining. Tampa Bay's goal did count by Braden Point. They did review it for a second. My computer is freezing, so I can't tweet about it.
Oh, Moira, I love hibiscus teas.
Oh, some fights after the whistle for at the end of period 2.
I'm waiting. I'm ready. 13 seconds for me. I love some little tussles. Oh, I love this. I feel like that's got to hurt the neck if someone pulls on the back of your jersey. Like, wouldn't that kind of like choke you a little? I mean, unless they're into that, but. Wait, is it?
All right, guys, we're at the end of period 2. Megan is going to update the banner if she has not yet.
I'm just an idiot. It's fine. Flurry, get out of the way. Sorry, guys. Marc-Andre was just in the way. Now it's right. I win. I just got tweet, Meg. Wait, what tweet? Like you just got Twitter?
Just got Twitter. Make sure you follow us.
Yeah.
Guys, seeing that 700 number just makes me so emo.
I could cry.
If you've not yet, please hit subscribe. Now we're on the road. Meg, 750 or 800?
1K, Shannon. What the fuck are you talking
about? I know, but I
about?
like to make small increments. I don't like
to do 750 next because that's a really fun number.
I don't like to put too much pressure on our
guys. I think we have a friend again. Gil, do you have comments on this game so far?
Oh man, you know, that goal at the end of the period was so deflating for the Islanders because they worked so hard to tie it up and got the momentum. You could feel the momentum for the Islanders building before they tied it, and then you take a foolish penalty like that, give up the goal, and all the air just went out of the Coliseum. Now, knowing the fans, they'll regroup. Knowing the Islanders, they'll regroup. But that one really hurt. That stung.
What is with y'all and fighting after the final whistle of a period?
Yeah, I guess you're trying to send a message, but yeah, no.
But it's like, if you're gonna do that, then like come out with it in the beginning and like settle something. Like,
stop using logic. You know, you can't do that with.
My mistake, guys. My mistake here.
Oh man. So yeah, that one hurt. That late goal, that hurt.
Yeah, that's hard to see. But hey, y'all were able to capitalize. So still only down by 1. Can definitely come back. I like low-key was saying, like, maybe you're not a third period team anymore. Maybe you guys are becoming a second period team, but you're not out.
Oh no, by no means. And one thing we've seen throughout this series, goals in general are not easy to come by. Even in game 2, where the Islanders were severely outplayed for most of the game, you know, they were within 2 goals with 10.5 minutes left in the third period. You know, they were still fighting for it. They pulled the goalie at the end of that game. So, yeah, it's far from over, and the next goal will be critical because if the Islanders get it, we're all even. If the Lightning get it, you know, it's not quite lights out, but we're on the road. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, why are we talking about music in the chat? I kind of like this conversation, though. I listen to 90s, 2000s alternative pop punk the most, but Shannon and I literally listen to everything. It's kind of weird.
No,
guys,
one thing.
We're not stopping at 700 tonight. Keep going.
Yeah, no, we're not stopping at 700.
700 YouTube subscribers while you were gone.
Ah, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. One thing I'm worried about for the Islanders going into this period 3, well, at the end of this game, really, is that they're at home and they're going to have to go back to Amalie Arena, and Nassau Coliseum is a huge advantage for them, and it has been the entirety of the playoffs. So, you know, losing a game here, particularly against the Lightning, who are obviously the defending champions right now, going back to their arena is not great either.
No, you look, the next 2 are at home. The Islanders have to win at least one of them. You'd like to win both. But one thing that I'm sure you're both familiar with, you know, the Islanders were down 2-1 in both of their first 2 playoff series this year after splitting one of the first 2 at home. So we'll see. Game 3s haven't been kind to them yet this year.
You're not wrong.
I'll take it.
Somehow always managed to be on top at the end of it. So
hopefully.
Andrew Graham, of course, I'm into Green Day. I'm seeing them in concert in August on Hella Mega Tour with Weezer and Fall Out Boy. Hello.
Me too. I just got to convince her.
Shannon's trying for the extra ticket.
I'll make a PowerPoint.
Oh, I still have to make my PowerPoint on why Marc-Andre Fleury is still a great goalie and Shannon doesn't think he's actually...
These are lies. You're twisting my words. You're manipulating them. I said Andrei Vasilevsky was the clear Vezina winner.
So? But this started... No. Want to know how this... Guys, we're going to unpack this. And Gil, you can be our moderator for a minute.
Okay.
We brought up on Tuesday's game, does Vasilevsky just kind of assume he's going to be one of the 3 stars at the end of a game? To which I said... probably similarly to how Fleury is in Vegas. And Shannon just went off as if that was some ridiculous statement for me to make. And this whole thing about how they do a 1A, 1B goalie, so it's not as good, like his stats, and Vasilevsky's better. And I like had the stats, and she was like, okay, regular season, I had the proof. And she was like, well, it's still different. He doesn't play as many games.
Okay, like, no, but so it was a culmination of your bias toward Marc-Andre Fleury that just overwhelmed me.
I still had the facts, though. I literally, guys, I Snapchatted one of our mutual friends, and I was like, I'm so mad at Shannon right now. She's trying to shit all over my goalie just because she says I'm biased, but I had the stats. And he was like, what stats? And I was like, I had all of the percentages. I'm making a PowerPoint.
Okay, round 2. Shannon, you're up. Go.
I am of no opinion that Marc-Andre Fleury is a bad goaltender. He's obviously broken countless records this season. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know why it's even in question right now. But I think Vasilevsky is the Vezina winner. Just because Marc-Andre Fleury is old and he's nearing retirement doesn't mean that the award is naturally his. Like, just because Vasilevsky's 26, he's probably going to win it multiple times.
Doesn't mean it's naturally Vasilevsky's either.
He's the better goaltender. Says
who? Look at the stats, Shannon. That was your backup, and I proved you wrong.
I mean, Vasilevsky has to play in front of – their team has less depth, in my opinion. I think Vegas has more depth, but it's less skill.
Well, I definitely agree with that Vegas is more skilled.
So you're proving my point.
But I still doesn't think that determines the goaltender.
Well, so Gil, I heard a lot when the Vezina was one of the more controversial, I would say, with obviously the Hart and Selke trophy nominations. A lot of people on Twitter were saying that Varlamov was snubbed. He's been having a really great season. How do you feel, both as an NHL fan and as an Islanders fan, about that nomination in particular?
Well, look, as an NHL fan, I can't take issue with the 3 nominees. I think they were all deserved. Varlamov was, in my mind, if there were 3 finalists, he's probably like 4th or 5th. He was right in the conversation, but not quite a finalist. And
with Hellebuck and Saros too.
Yeah, and part of it is basically that, the Islanders have not won a Stanley Cup since 1983. They're not a big media team. They're not going to get a lot of attention. They don't play a style of hockey that makes highlight films all the time. They're efficient rather than flashy. And so Varlamov can go out and do his job, but not necessarily make, Sports Center all the time. So, I understand it. And if anything, Varlamov and the Islanders just have to use it as inspiration to prove everybody wrong. And you know what? If you hold up the Stanley Cup at the end of the playoffs, they could take the Vezina Trophy and give it to someone else. That doesn't bother anybody.
Truth.
And I kept it.
Do you think Sorokin should have had more opportunity in the playoffs so far?
I think Sorokin is capable. I think he is the goalie of the future for this team, and the future may only be a year away. But Barry Trotz prefers veterans. He trusts them a lot more. And the veteran is always going to get the benefit of the doubt. I will say this, though. Before the Islanders' playoff run is over, I think we'll see Sorokin at least in one more game, maybe more.
I was surprised, Shan, what was the game last week? Last week, 2 weeks ago? Maybe it was the end of round 2 when we were expecting – no, it was definitely the end of round 2 because it was Boston, and we weren't expecting to see Tuukka and we weren't expecting to see Varlamov, yet they both ended up on the ice, and we were so confused.
It was the elimination game. Tuukka Rask was questionable because, well, first of all, Bruce Cassidy, prior to Game 5, had stirred the pot and said, Tuukka Rask is dealing with this lingering injury.
Which we've now learned.
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. But, everyone that hates Tuukka Rask, go blow your pot. And then he goes into Game 5. He gets pulled. And everyone sees that clearly he's dealing with something, whether it be Tuukka Rask has historically not had a lot of mental stamina when it comes to long-term games that are high stress. So the fact that he had been playing so well for a series and a half was already kind of a surprise. And he goes into game 5. He's supposed to be dealing with a lingering injury, and he hasn't, for lack of a better term, like choked yet. People were kind of surprised. And so he chokes in game 5. They put Swayman in. I'm not like mad about that at all. Then they said, we don't really expect him to start game 6. He ends up starting after he did not do a morning skate. He took backup hits the entire game 6 morning skate. And Varlamov wasn't supposed to start either. It was supposed to be Sorokin, and they were both in. And it was a surprise to see both of them there. Obviously, Varlamov did fine. Tuukka Rask did not. But
which is the same. I keep seeing rumors that he's going to end up in Pittsburgh.
That'd be interesting. That would look. Coaches are always playing mind games, and anything they say to the press in the playoffs, you have to take with a little bit of a grain of salt. And Rask definitely was not 100% healthy in the playoffs, and Pittsburgh. I don't know how you feel about Jarry. I mean, he had his moments, but I don't think he's really ready for prime time.
I hate him.
She hates him.
Like, I literally will stand on my soapbox for hours that he is the worst. He is unreliable and literally does not deserve the top spot.
So how do you really feel about it?
Awful. It just grinds my gears.
I hear you.
I just can't.
Look, to me, you look at the Penguins and goaltending was obviously one of their weaknesses coming into that series. And it turned out to be, one of the reasons they ended up losing it. So if you can upgrade the goaltending position, that might be a worthwhile investment considering you got Letang, Crosby, Malkin getting up there in age. The window will close in another year or two. You want to get that goaltender now rather than wait, I would think.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's I feel like it's not a hot take to say that Pittsburgh was probably the better team. They just couldn't do it. And it's just so disappointing to see some of the stupidity that can come out of Jarry and net. It just isn't right. Andrew, Matt Murray is not still in Pittsburgh. Matt Murray is in
Ottawa,
right? Yeah.
Now, do you think he has the potential in a year or two to become a more, a quality playoff goalie, or do you think this guy is just hopeless?
How old is he again, Megan?
He's young.
He is.
I
think he could be eventually, but he needs a veteran leader to get him there.
He's 26.
So he's mid.
Well, okay, so the age thing, I completely judge goaltenders differently than skaters because 25 and 26 is supposed to be when goaltenders hit their peak.
Right.
Yeah. But then, I feel like this is one of those things where it's if you throw them in too early, they're not going to develop as well because they're just going to be, stuck. Carter Hart. The kid, was doing great, but now he's kind of stalling because he's
barely 23.
Right, but I'm saying, 3 years is not that much of a difference, especially when you haven't been on this stage before.
It's also
Carter Hart just got there sooner.
Carter Hart has played a lot more games, I think, in the NHL than Jarry has at that point. But, so you want to bring in a veteran. Is there anyone in particular you have in mind who you think would be a good fit?
I mean, honestly, I don't think Tuukka would be a bad option.
Mm-hmm.
He has so much, history and skill to offer as a guiding force that, could help. They need to give him a tandem partner. They need to do a 1A, 1B situation next season so he can rest and develop when he is not constantly under stress. I truly have not put enough time into realizing what goalies are available after this season, which I definitely need to do going into the draft. But we've been in such cup mode, but it's just one of those things, if they keep making him chug along like this, I don't think he's going to reach his fullest potential, but he has so much actual potential.
You know, what about someone like a Thomas Greiss, who probably wouldn't cost that much to acquire?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt the bottom line.
Right, wouldn't hurt the bottom line. Probably get him for a middle round draft pick or a fringe kind of a player. But he's, been through the wars, has the experience, and he's a steady, experienced kind of a goalie who I think, might fit that bill pretty well.
It's also Bobrovsky, who's in Florida right now, but Florida's got like 5 goaltenders to pick from. So
we're just literally like an all-star roster of just goaltenders.
So you could either take Driedger or Bobrovsky, and because they're going to have one of them in Spencer Knight, and then they've got another goaltender in the wings also. So you could take one of them, either one of them. I mean, Driedger was one of the reasons that Florida really struggled in the playoffs, because he had 2 or 3 bad periods and they couldn't overcome Tampa from a goaltending situation. So, I mean, take one of them. You got to look at teams that have a lot of either 6 when goaltending is not the priority, because then they're not looking at price. Goaltending can be very expensive if a team is prioritizing it. But if they're not, then you can get them for nothing.
You also have to remember you have the expansion draft this year, so teams might be willing to make a trade to make sure that they can protect the players they want to protect, and that may free up a goalie in a trade that who wouldn't otherwise be available.
Yeah. I just saw actually a graphic for the Bruins that it was a hypothetical for another podcast or website or something, but they guessed that the Bruins would protect with their goaltender. Granted, Tuukka Rask and Yaroslav Halak are both UFAs, but they were like, they'll protect Dan Vladar. And I was like, that's weird. Like, I have no attachment to him. He's not – Jeremy Swayman has surpassed him as the next Boston goaltender. But they're protecting him so that they can trade him, not because they want to keep him. They want to get some sort of capital for him.
Is Swayman exempt from the expansion draft?
Yes, he didn't play enough games.
I thought. And then what about Vegas? I mean, they have 2 quality goaltenders. They may be willing to part with one.
And Vegas doesn't have to do the expansion draft.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think they're letting go of either of them. I think Fleury's going to retire as a Golden Knight.
Yeah.
I want to bring another opinion in here by a demand in the comments earlier. What up, Jeff?
Hey, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but thank you for whoever said it.
You got a fan base now.
I guess. I don't know. I just
fans. They were like, yo, where's What a Hockey? And I was like, do you want What a Hockey? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I can probably make that happen for you guys sooner than
Yeah, here I am. I just got done with an amazing dinner at what I can only describe as an adult CC's. So
okay.
Yeah, it was like gourmet pizzas. They literally would just bring them around to you and flop slices on your plate. But yeah,
it's actually what I do that's pretty much all of DC's like young people's restaurants these days. So it's pretty much all I do every Friday.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's not a thing here in Texas. It's definitely more on the, obviously you would assume, the barbecue side of things. So happy to be on with you guys. I just caught up with the Tampa Bay Islanders game and not super pumped with what I see.
No.
But yeah, happy to be here.
I think Gil can agree with that. Gil, Fink, Gil.
Hey, Fink, how you doing?
Hey, Gil, how are you?
All right.
Guys, we have so many perspectives here now. Bringing in Dallas into the equation.
We're going cross country.
We did just have a puck drop in period 3 as well.
Time for me to head out then. So
Thank you once again, Gil. If you guys have not yet, check out Gil at Locked On Islanders and the Locked On NHL podcast. They are absolutely incredible, and we love collaborating with all the shows over there.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Have a good one. Oh, cut him off. Sorry. Anyway, what up, Jeff?
Hey, what do the people want from me? I'm here for the people. I'm here for you guys.
Well, now we're talking about goalies.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
At it for the last 2 days now. Well, 2 days separated.
I feel like Megan took it really personally. I didn't.
I really did.
Personal.
So personally.
I just was trying to make the point that I think Andrei Vasilevsky is going to win the Vezina, and Megan really took that
But
personally.
the way you went about it was in an anti-Fleury moment, not a pro-Vasilevsky moment.
It's because I really was letting your bias toward Marc-Andre Fleury boil up and get to me.
I had the facts.
No, but just over the culmination of the season.
I can, with a full heart, clear eyes, can't lose attitude, say that I would much rather have Marc-Andre Fleury win it than Vasilevsky, because I absolutely despise anyone that's on Tampa Bay.
Well, right. I'm not. So I obviously would prefer Marc-Andre Fleury win it, but I think Vasilevsky's the better goaltender.
What a liar.
I will say I do not now, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously the playoff style of play does not go into the voting.
Not.
I do not appreciate that these awards are not given out before the playoffs start. In my opinion, they need to. It doesn't matter whether or not you are pulling for a certain person or if your votes are in. It doesn't matter that the playoffs have started. That should not go into the voting process whatsoever. And we can sit here and argue all we want that the writers and the people selected don't choose. But you can't sit here and tell me that with how Vasilevsky has performed in the playoffs outside of the regular season, that doesn't sway or affect someone's vote versus Marc-Andre Fleury. Now, don't get me wrong. Marc-Andre Fleury has also produced some fantastic games, but Vasilevsky has been the premier goalie in the playoffs. And if I'm a writer, that sways my decision a little bit. Or if I'm a voter.
It's like when you tell me, like, it's like voting. When you say, don't take, or when you're a juror, and they say, strike that from the record as if you literally didn't just see it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't just see Vasilevsky's beautiful save last night against whomever, and then you're supposed to go vote with whoever it may be. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I agree with you. It's complete bullshit. And that's why a lot of people, when they saw the nominations for like Hart or whoever, they were like, well, it should obviously be like X, Y, or Z. But we have been saying all season that Austin Matthews shouldn't win anything until Toronto makes it out of the first round. I still stand by that statement. I don't think Austin Matthews should win anything until they get past the first round. I don't think Connor McDavid should win anything until they make it past the first round.
I have to answer a comment before I forget. Moira, this is my untapped name. MegRach18.
Oh, I don't know what untapped is. Big Bad Bruins Nation, thanks for joining us.
It's social media for beer.
Oh.
Yeah. You basically put what you've had where you've had it.
I know the app. I can talk about it all the time. I just don't have it.
I don't either. I just drink beer.
Same. I just drink the beer.
I
don't vlog the beer.
Does the bar have Coors Light? Because I'm not ashamed to say that I drink Coors Light. So.
It's my favorite light beer.
Yeah, and everyone has it. Except the arenas in Dallas for some reason.
There's a dive bar that I live next to that really loves Miller High Life, and that is my least favorite light beer. And the other day,
it's the champagne of beers.
It's not.
Hell or High Water, though, is great.
I do want to make a comment about the game. I would run through multiple brick walls for Matt Martin. I don't know what it is about that dude, but the fact that he plays without a bucket or without a visor, and just in his style of play.
He does?
Yeah, he doesn't play with a visor. He's one of like probably 5 or 6. I know one of them is Jamie Benn.
One of them is Zdeno Chara.
Zdeno Chara. These are like the old. Also, someone just said Coors Light tastes like pee. Why do you know that? Question. That's the question.
No, like Bud Light and Coors Light are the only ones that I'm going to tolerate. Like if I'm drunk, I'll drink Miller Lite. Miller High Life is intolerable no matter what level of alcohol consumption I'm at.
I just think it's funny that people say, oh, I don't drink Miller Lite, I don't drink Bud Light, I don't drink Coors Light, I drink this or that and the other. If someone hands you an alcoholic beverage and they're like, here,
you're not going to
this,
say no.
You're not going to say no. And if you're at a sporting event and you're drinking IPAs, I don't know if I can be friends with you because they do sell them at sporting events, but there's just something about a Coors Light, like a light beer and a hockey game that just go together like lamb and tuna fish, as they would say in my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Big Daddy. It's from an Adam Sandler movie, Big Daddy.
Oh, well, I've seen the movie. What's the line?
Like lamb and tuna fish.
Oh my God, I did not even remember that.
I'm trying to think of the darkest thing I've drank at a game. At Capital One Arena, they do have like bougie beer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, what's that toasted IPA, the Long Island one, Megan?
Oh,
it's like a toasted lager IPA from Long Island, and that's
wait, is it one of the Brooklyn ones though?
It's light blue. It's got like red accents on the can. You'd know it if you saw it. But otherwise, it's probably just like Landshark or something. I don't know. But Landshark's not even dark. That toasted IPA is the closest thing, because otherwise I'll just get like, my friends and I, every time we went to a hockey game, would do like a tall boy a period, and you had to finish your tall boy by the end of the period, or you were
Blue Point?
Blue Point, yes.
Got you, boo. Oh, we're back! Finally! My iPad is caught up. Only took 6 minutes. Long Island iced tea. Oh my God, guys! I've talked about the story of me and the Long Island iced tea before. It is not a good time.
I love Long Island iced teas.
I don't. Well, I don't mind them. I won't drink them if I don't have to. A bit of background on my upbringing: I was a bartender for like 10, 12 years. 5 years of which were at TGI Fridays, because in there every day is Friday.
That's the only place I want to go drink from.
I love that.
It's because they have $3 Long Islands, $3 mojitos, and $3 margaritas. And so naturally, that's the best price, bang for your buck, was Long Island iced teas. And so you just felt really cool with 4 bottles, and you're very Tom Cruise cocktail-ish styles. So, okay, so full disclosure, guys, I have not watched any of the series yet because I am so frustrated that the Lightning are this far in. I hate the Lightning. I don't like any of the players. I don't like Blake Coleman, even though he's from Plano.
Joseph, that's it.
I don't like all of them. I don't like Fat Maroon. I don't like any of them. I think they're all assholes, and I think they finagled the salary cap even more so than the Islanders, even though the Islanders are doing essentially the same thing.
How high over the salary cap are the Islanders?
I think it's $8 million for the Islanders versus 17 to 18 million for the Lightning.
I knew it was close to 18 million for the Lightning, which I was talking to a coworker last night. I had like a work meeting, and I had literally not seen this guy in a year and a half. And the first thing, like 5 minutes into our conversation, we like have small talk, and then we start ranting about the Islanders, or not the Islanders, the Lightning. Like, haven't spoken in how long for COVID, and I'm like, they're $18 million over the salary cap, and I go, that's like 3 like second line players in the NHL.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, but the style of play that Kucherov has shown in this playoffs, it's dirty.
It is.
He's a dirty player. I don't
care
what anyone
says. The Islanders are suspect to that too. Kyle Palmieri has gotten away with murder in this playoff run so far.
Yeah, I will say I have not followed the Islanders run nearly as closely as the Lightning for whatever reason. It just so happens that like I was way more intrigued by the Panthers. Really, really wanted them to pull out that first round win.
Same.
I didn't go as far as to buying a jersey like you, Shan, although I did have
like 5 months ago.
Well, I did have an eBay search saved for an old school Jaromir Jagr red with
so
the
cheap.
full.
It's so cheap.
Yeah, it's like $65 without shipping. So yeah, no, I did not watch any of the Islanders run. I did watch a little bit of the Boston series because I was admittedly running for Boston. They hold like an awkwardly special place in my heart for whatever reason.
You also hold an awkwardly special place in my heart.
But I haven't. But I will say, like I said earlier, Matt Martin, I'd run through 15 brick walls for him if I had to. I don't know. There's something about his old school style of play that I just really appreciate. I'm not a big guy like he is, but I feel like the style of play that I skate with in beer league games kind of mimics his. So I've always just enjoyed the way that he plays, and he just seems like a great locker room guy. That being said, I would just love if the Islanders could pull out this series. I love when there's new champions. If the Stars aren't in it, I don't like back-to-back winners. I think that's why hockey is one of my, or well, obviously my favorite sport. But I love the fact that hockey, it's so difficult to repeat as champions for most of the time. That you don't see a lot of dynasties. You see a lot of parody and storylines and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't have a huge adversity to Tampa Bay until they won, and I was like, well, whatever. No one gives a crap about them. And now I'm like, I actively do not want to see you move forward. I respect the Islanders. I see how they built their roster. Barry Trotz is an incredible playoff coach. I will root for whoever comes out of the Canadiens Golden Knights series in the final. But at this point, it's all out of my hands. I'm not going to be super heartfelt when whoever hoists the cup.
Yeah, I don't want to completely trash anyone's fan base, but outside of Montreal, I don't really want any of these fan bases to have the cup. And if I had to pick the lesser of two evils or the lesser of four evils, if it comes down to an Islanders Canadiens Stanley Cup Finals, so be it. I know that the ratings won't be that high. People don't want to see that, but I don't want to see the fans in Vegas who have had a team that has been successful since the moment they stepped on the ice, regardless of how good the front office is. And I don't want to see Tampa Bay back. I don't.
So that leads into a good point then. We have had in our Discord channel for a couple days now, people have been debating. We have a whole channel just based off of Seattle expansion. And as more teams get eliminated, people are getting more heated up in what that's going to look like, especially as Seattle hasn't hired a coach. But that's a conversation for another day. What are you already bitter about Seattle? Are you hoping ill will on them?
It's funny because I was in honestly the same boat that I was in when Vegas came around. I had a Vegas shirt. I was excited that the league was expanding and the sport was expanding. I wanted it. Now I will say it's frustrating, and I'm trying to think of the team. I saw a stat where one of the teams that has been around for obviously a long time has the same amount of playoff series wins in the last 50 years as Vegas does in 4 years that they've been around? 5? 4 years? Now, I mean,
I just saw also that Seattle has more top 3 lottery picks than Calgary has ever had in their history.
But let's be honest, this is one of the weaker drafts that we've had in a
No. Yeah,
time.
it doesn't matter for the prospects, but just the way that the new expansion draft structure works, it's too loose. It's almost too easy at this point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Seattle does. I mean, obviously it boils down to the front office more than it does the coaching, because Vegas dropped their coach. Now the Rangers coach.
When you don't have a coach.
You don't have a coach, but I think really it still just boils down to the front office, the philosophy of the team that you want. And maybe that's a tactic of theirs. Maybe they want to see a little bit of, one, who's left, as far as free agent coaches. I'm sure that none of the 4 coaches that are left in the Stanley Cup playoffs are going to be released or, leave their contracts behind for Seattle. But that being said, I'm sure that they want to see, they want to see who's going to be available. They want to see who now I don't know exactly the timeline, so forgive me if this seems kind of facetious for me to say, but they might be waiting until the Stanley Cup Final to announce their head coach, to see, 1, who's left, and 2, to see who's going to stick around with their teams, who's kind of leaning towards re-signing. Because we really haven't got into it.
A big part of it is that Seattle, maybe the coach isn't the big thing, but Seattle's going to start really making those pre-expansion draft moves once they do have a coach. And I was saying, again, in our Discord the other day, that the Jack Eichel trade should, if Buffalo's smart, which I know their GM is not, because they're paying $4 million of Taylor Hall's contract still. They should be the first one to make a move prior to the expansion draft. The Seth Jones trade should not happen first if they want to do anything, because they, with the Jack Eichel trade, should set the tone and the price tag for this offseason, because the cap's not going up. With all that being said, Seattle, once they hire their coach, is going to start making moves. and going to start moving things around. And so teams are going to start feeling, their feathers ruffled and like they need to start moving things before this draft. And that's really not that far away. It's barely a month away. I believe it's the 21st is the expansion draft. So it's barely, I know Megan and I were like so excited to have some time off after when the Stanley Cup Final ends, and it's not even going to happen.
No.
So.
No, that's not like falling apart or anything. Like, guys, it's totally fine.
If you guys saw Megan and I's text during the day, you'd be so worried for us.
We'd be so concerned about our mental health, guys. It's not even, like, you should hear me the second before we go live. I'm like, oh, good, I stopped crying in time.
Oh my God.
Cheers to that, people.
Where'd my drink go?
That being said, yes, going into our first off season as a podcast, everyone's like, are you going to take a break? And I'm like, no, it's only going to get crazier because that's when rumors start to happen.
I mean, I know that this off season's shorter typically.
That too.
But, like, we have so many, everyone was like, well, how are you going to fill the time? I'm like, I have so many things I can think of that can fill the time.
That's why Jenna has a notebook.
Literally a notebook. We actually have to have a Zoom session soon. Jenna, I hope you're watching, but if you're not, I'll just message you. But we have to have a Zoom session soon to like prioritize what's coming up.
Our cookbook, our true crime series.
Well, we also have so many like different guests that we've reached out to that we just got to like nail down. There's just so many things that are happening, guys. Like if you have not yet, make sure you subscribe because we've got a bunch of guests lined up. We've got Meg, it's the end of intermission. We didn't announce it.
We'll do it.
All right. So tomorrow, we hit 700 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I apologize for letting the momentum die before we did this. We really were just so excited about that we had guests flying in as this was occurring. But tomorrow for our live stream with the Montreal Canadiens and Vegas Golden Knights game 3.
Yeah.
Game 3. Sorry, we took game 2 off, so I was off a number. But game 3, we will have Rod Peterson of the Rod Peterson Show joining us for part of the game, which will be super fun. If you guys have not checked out his show.
We're here for first intermission.
Yep. If you have not checked out his show, he is a TV host. He's primarily in Canada, but he does air in about half of the U.S. states. We have been on his TV show before. He is very, very well known within the hockey community. He's a huge Vegas Golden Knights fan. It should be really, really fun. He has been on our show before. There is a recording back in our playlist about NHL hockey experts, so check that out. We're really excited to have him on. He is so much fun, so it should be great.
Yeah.
I also want to say, whoever or asked for me to come on, thanks.
It was Chloe.
It was Chloe. Chloe asked.
Oh, Chloe. I think Chloe and Chloe's mom are doing.
They're on a road trip, so
yeah.
I think she's watching us on her road trip. Chloe, I hope you guys are driving safe. I hope you're going somewhere good. I wish I was on a road trip.
Drive fast, take chances.
Oh gosh.
Drive safe, enjoy yourself.
Or that, whichever you choose.
If you were 21, I would say have a drink for me, but do not.
We also have a fun player who wants to do something like a collab with us for Chloe. So if you're listening, Chloe, got some brewing in the off season.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've got so in my dream world, we would have planned this a while ago. We would have had a bunch of off-season recap, preseason preview type things for every team. I think I have like 4 prepped with guests. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, I know I'm not as special as any AHL or NHL athletes, but if you guys need anyone for the Stars, you can pencil me in. I'm down.
We have Texas Stars already.
I mean, I'm not who I know who it is. I'm not him. I'm not as tall as him. Guy's super tall.
He's so tall.
Very tall.
So tall. Wait, so actually, since you brought that up, you've been doing a ton with the Allen Americans and their playoff run. How is that going?
Great.
I missed my flight the other day.
Were you trying to fly in?
No.
Oh.
He put a poll up and was like, "Who's coming?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was like,
yeah.
Really? And I was
Speaking of tonight, or apparently tonight is the last night to get half off Southwest Airlines tickets. So PSA to everyone. I will be flying to Denver. I do need
to buy a flight, actually. That's good to know.
There you go. See,
I need my Coachella flight.
Yeah, check it out. You should be able to get half price off for the rest of the evening. That being said, the Americans did absolutely phenomenal in their first round against the Utah Grizzlies, swept them 3-0. They played 5-game series in the ECHL. Some pretty interesting news, though, came out today as the Iowa Heartlanders, the new ECHL, or one of the new ECHL teams, was announced to be the affiliate of the Minnesota Wild and Iowa Wild going into next season, which is really interesting because this season, the Minnesota Wild and Iowa Wild were the affiliate for the Allen Americans. So as it stands right now, the Allen Americans do not have an affiliation to a professional hockey franchise.
So I have 2 questions there.
Yeah.
Since you know quite a bit more about minor league hockey than Megan and I do. Unless Megan has a secret that I don't know. One question is, do all NHL teams have an ECHL affiliate?
To my knowledge, yes, they do.
And so so if you, maybe this is more than 2 questions. So if you sign with an ECHL team, are you automatically affiliated with that NHL team?
No. So that's where it gets kind of weird.
So it's not like baseball where you're like part of the org?
Yes and no. So, for example, there are a lot of guys on the Allen Americans team that are signed specifically to the Allen Americans. They're signed to an ECHL level contract, which means that they can be moved around the ECHL, but they are not. It's kind of like a two-way contract in the NHL, but it's like an ECHL to the AHL. So, for example, one of the players for the Allen Americans, we've had him on the podcast, Wada Hockey. It was a really great interview. Jesse Mitchin. Super great guy out of Saskatchewan, played overseas for a little bit. He was technically signed to the Iowa Wild, but was sent down to the Allen Americans. So he kind of had a two-way. But his parent contract was with the Iowa Wild, meaning technically now he is property of the Iowa Wild over the Allen Americans, which means that he shifts over to the Minnesota Wild organization as property of theirs. Whereas he cannot be sent back to the Allen Americans next season. If he were to re-sign with the Iowa Wild, he would go to the Iowa Heartlanders because that's their ECHL property. So basically, it's
need a two-way contract to get called up, or can they call up anyone that's in their?
They can pretty much. It's ECHL is so finicky because at certain points and certain times you can be property for one team for one or whatever reason, but still be called up to your respective team that your rights are owned by. Right. It's super weird. Obviously, one with COVID, that switched so much around because some of the ECHL teams didn't even play this year. Some ECHL teams only played 40 games versus the Allen Americans who played a full 72 games. So this year was really weird too for the playoffs. They actually went based off win percentage. So the team that took, I believe, second place had a win percentage that was just a bit lower than the Allen Americans in the Western Division, but the Allen Americans skated 30 more games than the second place team.
Oh, I saw you tweet about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be really refreshing next season. It's as a podcast and as someone in like journalism right now for hockey, it's really interesting because it's an extremely difficult season to follow, but going into next season, it'll be much more normalized. That being said, yeah, it's really confusing, but basically you can be owned, your rights can be owned by the ECHL affiliate, but once your rights are owned by the AHL affiliate, that's when things start to kind of fluctuate whether or not you're going to belong with the team if they switch, who they represent as far as the ECHL goes.
That's so interesting.
There's a lot. Like, honestly, I don't even know. Like, I could have said what I said just now, and there might be some discrepancies to it, but I feel like pretty much overall, that's what we have been explained to understand. So, yeah. Now, that being said, because of the fact that the Iowa Heartlanders are now the ECHL affiliate of the Minnesota Wild, our friend Jesse Mitchin, who was property of the Iowa Wild, will no longer have the opportunity to come back down to the Allen Americans next season unless he signs a new contract strictly with the Allen Americans.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe his contract might be expiring. Don't quote me on that. But that being said, in this situation, he would be property of the Iowa Wild. And if he were to be associated with an ECHL affiliate, it would be the Iowa Heartlanders.
That's so interesting.
It is. And that's not even to mention how many junior leagues there are, how many other minor leagues there are. I mean, even as deep as the NAHL versus the NAH3L, or I believe is what it is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And that's really, at the end of the day, why we do what we do in Texas, is because, you know, outside of the Stars and the Texas Stars, I guess there's the two main franchises, you know, the San Antonio Rampage, who were property of the St. Louis Blues, were taken out of San Antonio and turned into the Henderson Silver Knights. So that really leaves just the two Stars franchises for any affiliates above an AHL level. But there are so many hockey teams in Texas throughout basically Pee-wees all the way up to the NHL. And so that's a big reason why we started this podcast, to spread awareness for that.
And tell us about your league.
It is a, how do you put this, beer league.
That's what Shannon's looking for. Shannon wants to find a beer league she can play with.
We can make that happen. I'm sure there's actually probably more beer leagues where she's at versus where we're at.
Debatable.
I don't know. It depends on how many rinks are in like the vicinity of where she's at.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's a lot of rinks around DC that aren't like
weird,
normally occupied.
Yeah, that's another thing too. If you have fewer rinks, that means that the rink time is basically owned by any high school teams, Pee-wee teams, because they pay more money than beer league teams. So.
Exactly. Guys, we are under 3 minutes left in this game right now. Score is still Tampa Bay 2, Islanders 1 in Nassau Coliseum. Is it too late for the Islanders to come back? Are they going to pull the goalie if they can get a chance? Granted, right now, they're very close to Varlamov. Well, I'm a few seconds behind, so who the fuck knows? But my sister's been talking about joining a street hockey league. Yo, I wish when I was a kid I had learned to skate and did like pond hockey. And we were watching like a special, and my dad was like, "What like portion of like everyone do you think the fuck? What are you watching?"
Me?
Yeah.
I've got a friend who is a big Blake Coleman fan because he is from a neighboring suburb, and they're razzing me a bit, saying that I would appreciate a video of all of his highlights. I don't appreciate it because I don't like anything the Lightning do.
So I'm back and be like, actually, I really hate that. Thank you.
No, and they know that. That's the kicker. They do it on purpose. But yeah, that being said, we'd love to have Blake Coleman on the show.
If you're watching.
Yeah, hey, if you're watching on the bench right now in between shifts, Blake Coleman, come on the podcast. We'll ask you good questions about Texas things.
Straight up. Shani, we're so close to the end here.
I feel like this game ended very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Like barely 2.5 hours.
Trying to get off the ice, but the Islanders like can barely clear the puck. Oh my god!
Like I went to the bathroom and checked in with my boyfriend. He was like, "Oh, is it the end of the second?" And I was like, "No, the game's about to end." And he was like, "What?"
Over.
Guys, I'm not discounting the Islanders here though. They're little snakes.
I think we're more likely to see an empty net goal.
They're little snakes. I don't trust them with anything.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking Slytherins.
Whoa, okay. That's a Harry Potter reference, and I don't know.
We've been literally talking about what house each team is in.
Okay, then that makes me ask, what house would the Stars be in? This doesn't matter to me. I was too old for Harry Potter by the time it got like finished. So
I want to say Gryffindor, but like, Megan, what's your take?
I would like maybe say Hufflepuff, but like
it sounds soft, which is fair. Really like.
Guys, did I go out tonight?
Yeah. Yes. I'm tired because I ate pizza. So.
Well, I'm off tomorrow. I have a workout at 9.
I mean, I just poured a fresh beverage because I'm off tomorrow. So. But I can drink that before I head to bed in solitude.
I have friends who are trying to get me to go back to the bar that like is like my home base bar. Well, the game is over.
I did just text you though, Meg.
Oof. Yeah. That's tough. God, I don't like Yanni Cord's face. I don't like Braden Point's face. I don't like Vasilevsky's face. I don't like any. Their faces. Pat Maroon's got the worst face of them all. I don't like this team, guys.
So let's talk about faces.
I don't like any of them.
What about these faces really irk you?
The way they look, their eyes, their facial hair is pubic at best. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not flaunting the most beautiful beard of all time, but their playoff beards are definitely that of 12-year-old boys' underparts. Don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't like Patrick Maroon. If there's one guy in this league that doesn't deserve to have 2 Stanley Cups back to back with 2 different teams, it's Patrick fucking Maroon.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. The guy doesn't look like an athlete. He looks like a mathlete. I'm sorry. There's
athlete versus athletes party.
Mathlete versus, yeah. I don't know how that would go, but
you either dress as a mathlete or an athlete.
Or you dress like a non-athletic piece of shit like Patrick Maroon.
Was I a goalie or a defenseman? I did not play hockey. Fun facts. Neither Shane nor I did.
Speaking of, when are y'all's hockey careers starting?
All right, Jeff, thank you for asking because I've been looking for a beer league team in DC for like weeks on weeks now, and I can't find. They're so hard to find. That's
so weird. Have you joined any Facebook groups like adult hockey Facebook groups?
Facebook. Facebook.
I would recommend it. Down here in Dallas, there are multiple adult hockey Facebook groups, and I cannot tell you how many posts a day are, hey, I'm a D-League skater or a C-League skater looking for a spot on a team, or, hey, I have a D-League team. We need 5 spots filled by this time. Just pay your league dues.
I have a full set of like pads and skates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't have, so that might be a problem.
Again, Facebook groups. All of the pads that I have are, well, with the exception of like 1 or 2 things, are all secondhand. You just have to make sure that they're clean. If not, clean them yourselves. I would highly recommend it. I pretty much got all of my pads, skates included, head to toe for like under $400, which is insane. Highway robbery. That being said, too, I would definitely recommend getting fitted for skates. Because skates are essentially 2 sizes down from the tennis shoe size you wear. So it would be beneficial to get an actual sizing, which I would hope they don't charge for them up there. They don't charge for them at the hockey stores down here. That being said, there's like 2. So it's an easy way to get into it. I mean, I would highly recommend doing like free skates, get comfortable, do like I'm sure they're called the same throughout the U.S. Do a stick and puck until you're comfortable, and then do a drop-in. Drop-in is essentially like if you were to show up to a basketball court with tennis shoes and basketball, and you're like, hey, I want to join a game. Okay, cool, there's one going on. It's just like that. You show up, everyone's ready to play. It's kind of very old school.
There's only like 1 arena in D.C., though. And
okay, that blows my mind.
And it's not in the best area.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
guys, Shannon's hockey career has just crumbled.
Okay, yeah. So I've been sending pictures of rollerblades to Megan for weeks now.
So long.
I'm surprisingly enough, I'm dog shit on rollerblades, but I can ice skate rather well. Well, I can hold my own.
So I can't skate backwards on ice skates. And I am not the best at stopping, but like I can hold my own.
That's why you run into pads. I mean, to the boards.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when I'm at like the Georgetown waterfront on their like useless circle, I can't run into the boards. Like,
Are there other people on the ice?
typically.
Run into them.
And typically I'm a couple drinks in from happy hour. So like,
Yeah, run into them. They signed a waiver. Everyone did.
that's what I need. Like, you do, so they do like softball leagues outside.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a hockey league outside, basically like the Winter Classic,
Mm-hmm.
except just us.
The Georgetown waterfront. Like,
Yeah, basically.
Well, okay, here's what I would
Like,
recommend.
that's how we get rich. We invest in an outdoor hockey rink and we get everyone to play outdoor hockey all day for one day.
You can do it. Totally do it. We just had a guy on our podcast, Nikki Kamish. He is essentially the commissioner of the Beer League Players Association, the BLPA. If you haven't heard of it, check it out on Twitter.
So that is where I went to try to find a league. And I was like, there's not even links to like cities or anything. Like, there are no sub-affiliate organizations here.
So you may have to travel, but what the beauty is if you find one of the draft experiences. Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
I have to be drafted to play in a beer league.
But here's what's great is you're drafted based on your skill. So
Megan's
all
getting
teams
drafted too, I'm sorry.
all teams are even. So, and the way that they decipher who gets the first pick is they do a beer chug contest, and whoever chugs it the fastest gets the first pick.
Shan, that's you.
Off the wall, what's up? I just came over to your stream when it was ending to hop in the comments. Wait, so you get drafted based off of your drinking is what you just said?
No, you get the pick in the draft based off your chugging abilities.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God.
Shan, you have to chug the best so you can have first pick and you don't have to be picked.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can just be the coach.
And then just surround
Well,
yourself.
I can't even find a team. I can't even be drafted if I can't find a team.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to have a team. You can show up as an individual and get drafted to a
That's
team.
so scary. That sounds like networking. I don't want to do that. I just want to play hockey.
If we need to get like a Wada Hockey Slapshot Sweethearts like inaugural like skate together with some other podcasts, I'm all for it.
Let's just all draft each other.
When Megan gets that weekend trip together, then we'll have to go to an ice rink.
Yeah.
And she'll have to skate.
I can't skate.
She's gonna skate.
When you guys, because I know you guys like briefly like talked about coming to Dallas, the invitation
want
still
to go to
stands.
Dallas, yeah.
We just ran out of weekends. Of like,
Well, okay, that too. Like, it's also brutally hot right now, like uncomfortably hot. Like, I have not had my. This is not. There it is. This is a blanket. This is not my curtain. I don't have blankets as curtains. This is literally an extra layer of shade, so sun does not come into my room. So my temperature in my room doesn't rise any more than it has. I would definitely not recommend having giant windows in Texas during the summer because it's really hot. That being said, I would look into maybe when you guys, once it gets a little cooler, closer to next season, find out when the Stars are going to start up again, and then come down here when there's actual hockey going on outside of the debacle that would be our inaugural skate.
yes. We'll go to an Allen Americans game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you doing the ice analysis. That was super fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a blur. One of my coworkers, one of my friends, joined me at the game, and she gave me a hard time because I said the same story to her 3 times without realizing it, because there was so much going on that night. I was there essentially from 5 p.m. until 10:30 at night, and I mean the game didn't start till 7:05. So it was a whirlwind. They were basically like, "This is what you're going to do. This is when you're going to do it." So really exciting. Really hopeful that we continue to work with them and see kind of where it goes from here. I mean, they're in the Western Conference Finals against the Fort Wayne Comets. So it'll be exciting to see how that goes. They've got games this Friday, Saturday, and I believe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hoping for another sweep. So yeah, we'll see if they want to work with us a little bit more often.
That would be incredible if you guys could get that opportunity going. Like, I was just saying we were looking for like local opportunity. Well, I was in DC at least. It's easier in DC. Obviously, it's way smaller than New York. For like local options, local opportunities for us to find different sports bars, different restaurants that love sports, since we talk about the Capitals quite a bit, to collab with. So since there's no ECHL team here, there's no AHL team even near here. Like Hershey is where the Capitals AHL team is. So it kind of sucks, but
it's really frustrating too, because I feel like, and I sound like a broken record because I've said this so many times and I'll never stop saying it. I feel like AHL and ECHL games are such a better deal than NHL games. To me, because the game is not as crisp, because it's not as clean, it's more exciting to watch. It seems like it's moving faster, and it's obviously cheaper. Like, for example, down here, a ticket to an ECHL game right now is $22 to $25. Parking is free. The beer is astronomically cheaper. And it's just an all-around fun time. So, yeah, I'm sad that you guys don't have any minor league teams closer to you.
Also, I feel like 22 is expensive for an ECHL team.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, they do have to turn some kind of profit. The rink down here that they play at, the Allen Event Center, I want to say, believe is like a 2,800, maybe 3,000 seat rink. Now, this is also like COVID pricing, because they are still doing like sectioned off seating, even though apparently in Texas we've beaten the pandemic. So go Texas or whatever.
But not the power grid.
Not the power grid. Don't even get me started. But they're still doing like sectionized seating with spaces in between. I feel like if they were to do away with that, the tickets would drop down to like $12 to $18. But you're never more than 20 rows from the ice, maybe 25. So, I mean, you're always on top of the action.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, and it's a nice rink. I mean, yeah, it's essentially 2 levels down from the NHL. But I mean, you know, if you're an 8 to 12-year-old kid, you go in there and it doesn't matter. It feels like a professional league. It feels like NHL. And really, that's what matters.
Like, that's how I fell in love with hockey, was going to the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence and going to see the like AHL Providence Bruins and going to their pregame warm-ups. And Matt Frazier, who I don't even think – I think we might have lost Megan, but that's okay.
She makes fun of the power grid and her Wi-Fi goes out. Just want to go on record.
Yeah, I know that she's been moving, and we're going to wrap up soon anyway, but we'll see if she comes back. But like, I went to Providence, and Matt Frazier, who had played for Boston, had been going up and down from Boston to Providence at that time, broke his stick in warmups, and then handed us half his stick over the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I was obsessed. I was like, there are so many, like, I can be this close to professionals right there. That's absolutely incredible. Like, people are missing out. They don't even know what these minor league teams can do for you, because you don't even realize what the prospect pool is like. They just think of, you know, if it's Boston, you think of Patrice Bergeron, like you think of St. Ochara, you're never going to get there. Like, you never, unless you pay, what, $2,000 to sit at the ice. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then that just kind of goes to what Megan and I were talking about before, like kind of when you walked off for a moment. Just the amount of hockey that's out there that people, I guess, don't realize that's out there. Like, it's closer than a lot of people realize. You just have to kind of look for it and realize that these AHL teams and these ECHL teams and even some of these junior teams, they're not getting, you know, down here in the States at least, they're not getting the same exposure as any of the AHL or the NHL teams. So, you know, you may not hear about them, but it doesn't mean that they're not there. So, yeah, I mean, if anyone ever gets the chance, AHL, ECHL, OHL, what is it, the WCHL, and AHL, I mean, the list goes on. There's so many leagues out there that you guys can watch that have entertaining hockey. And a lot of them are just like younger kids that are just looking for their big break. And you never know who you're going to see that you might look at 2 or 3 years down the line and go, I watched them and I paid $8 a ticket to watch them play. and now they're, playing at the Rogers Center or Madison Square Garden, and the tickets are $400.
I found a bunch of pictures from when I was at the Dunkin' Donuts Center, and I was trying to, a decade ago, be like artsy with my pictures of the Broadway Bruins. And so I'm looking at all the last names being like, shit, are any of these like players relevant now? Like, does this matter? I think I found like 2. Like, I think Koklachev was one of them. And so I didn't delete it because apparently he's looking to come back to the NHL. But since you brought that up, your new favorite team, the Connecticut Whale in the NWHL, are making some big, they're trying to stir the pot in the off season these days.
Yeah, I saw they traded up for the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Love that.
Traded up.
I'm property of the Whales. I bought the t-shirt. I'm all in on this team. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm so excited to see a full season from just the NWHL period. I think that's something that me and the boys over at Wada Hockey are really excited about. That being said, eventually when I do hit it big with this industry and I make millions and millions of dollars,
Megan's dream. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to invest in a team. I would love for an NWHL team to be down here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I think it would be, I think college hockey is on the brink of making a big splash in Texas. So yeah, I can't wait for the Whale season.
Yeah, it should be really good. I was excited to see them trade up. I don't know a ton about, since I didn't start following them until after their previous draft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a ton about the impact of what the draft itself makes, because I know they do a ton of open ice tryouts. They do a lot of off ice negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
I think the draft itself is a little bit of, for lack of a better term, like for show, unless there is a player that is like out of the question, like the best one.
Mm-hmm.
So really interested to see how that goes, because one of my favorite teams, the Riveters, has no picks in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last pick in every other round. And I was like, that's really interesting. We had just interviewed Anya Packer, who is now the GM of the Riveters, and she definitely didn't put them there because she just took it over like 2 months ago. But like, how do they prioritize those picks? When you're in that kind of situation, when you're a startup league, you only have 6 teams, and you have so many other options to find players versus the NHL, where like the draft is primarily the spot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too, because I was very fortunate. So I do the podcast with Wada Hockey. I'm also very fortunate to be a part of the Morningscape website, which is a podcast as well as a blog site. But I had the absolute pleasure with a couple of other writers on the show to interview Taya Curry, which, if the people that are watching aren't familiar with, she is the 16-year-old goalie, the first ever, and I'm probably going to get the league wrong, but I believe was drafted to the OHL. Was it the OHL or CHL? No, it wasn't the CHL.
I think it's the OHL.
The OHL. The first ever female goalie drafted outright to the OHL. And so it kind of made me think, because one, I believe she's only 16, 17, but it also made me think, like, is this the next face of the NWHL? Or does she continue to play in the O, evolve her game, make a bigger name for herself, which, by the way, if we haven't released the episode yet, but I can with complete confidence say, and we've interviewed a couple of AHL, ECHL, and NHL guys, she is probably the most professional interview I've ever done. And that's not taking away from any of the guys that we've done interviews with. We do interviews a bit different.
Professional, I'm just curious.
She just carried herself so well. You would have never guessed that she was 16 years old, just got drafted, and made one of the biggest splashes in hockey in the last arguably 2 decades or so, that she just carries herself so well. She's not a kid like most other 16-year-olds. She's not on social media. She has an Instagram. She's like, on most days, I'm out at the farm, horseback riding or hanging out with animals. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't really watch a lot of hockey. Like, I do watch hockey, but not nearly as much as someone you would expect that just got picked first overall in the OHL, or not first overall, but got picked in the OHL. She's like, I have priorities outside of the sport that mean just as much to me as the sport does. She's just a phenomenal person, amazing character. And for someone to be in kind of like the light that she is in right now, she is handling herself like an absolute pro. Like we actually,
I mean, it's super interesting to bring that up because, you know, we'll do interviews and we'll talk to someone and they'll be like a brick wall to talk to.
Mhm.
And so that I always think of as like, oh, they've been like prepped. They're, you know, professional is the word I put in my head. So that's the word I immediately thought of when you said that, or the personality at least I thought of. But I think it's a little different, right? Like being mature for your age and being able to carry yourself. That was always, although I'm in a sweat, like no one in this podcast knows what I do like for my day job, but it's like very, very much different. And that was always something that like people always said, you know, we don't think you're 24, you act like you're 30, whatever. And so it's very, very different in terms of how you carry yourself versus what your experience is. And communications is the key there. So it's like, from a podcast perspective, it's like, well, it's really great for them to be professional, but also you need them not to be a brick wall, right? Because if you just put someone on and you try to ask them questions and they give you nothing, then it's impossible to talk to someone, impossible to get to know them.
Yeah. No, she had answers for every question that we asked. I think a lot of her character really showed, which the interview should be out next week. So check it out on the morning skate whenever it comes out. But just like when we asked about TV and movies, she was like, I really don't watch a lot of movies, because we kind of jokingly said, I don't know if this is a movie you're familiar with, but Bull Durham was an older baseball movie. And at one of the parts of the movie, the main characters, Bull Durham and Callie Lelouch, I believe is the pitcher's name, he's basically telling him how to answer questions. He's like, hey, this is, you know, these are the questions you're going to get asked. Always make sure you include the team on your answers. Make sure you say this, you know. And so it's like with hockey, you're always like, oh, yeah, you know, it was just a tough night for the boys. Or like in the mid-intermission, you know, we just got to keep cycling the puck, get pucks in deep. You know, if we put pucks on net, good things are going to happen. You hear these generic answers, but with her, you know, we mentioned that movie and how like there were generic answers. And when she came back and she was like, I don't really have like a favorite hockey movie because I'd rather just be outside, be with animals, be in nature. I don't want to be near my phone or electronics. I want to be alone and kind of have that time to myself, because when I'm playing hockey, there's so much going on around me. It gives me an opportunity to kind of take myself out of the limelight. And we were all just like, damn, like we're all 20 and 30-year-old people working on a podcast, literally with lights in our faces and ring lights. And she's like, I just want to be alone sometimes. And, you know, for someone of her age, with her, you know, with what she's got going on, for her to recognize that was just really big. And we were like, okay, this kid's got a great head on her shoulders.
Yeah, it makes me feel like an idiot. You know?
Same. Yeah, definitely sitting on that interview and going, okay, what am I doing with my life? This is great.
No, for sure. I mean, wow. Well, great then. I mean, that's super exciting. What I was going to say prior was the Buttes, actually. We interviewed their captain, Taylor Kersey, earlier on in their offseason for one of our NWHL offseason episodes. And she wasn't able to go to Lake Placid because she is a police officer in Ontario, and they weren't going to give her enough time off. First of all,
when you told us that, we were blown away, because you don't think these people that are on these professional franchises would have to do that.
It's obscene. So you're a professional athlete. First of all, both her and her sister are on the Buffalo Buttes. So both her and her sister have made the National Women's Hockey League, which I get it. There are siblings that make professional sports, whatever, all the time. But they make this league. They go to the same team. They're the first siblings to the NWHL. They try to go after a year of not being able to play to Lake Placid, she can't go because she's a cop and it's in the middle of the pandemic. They literally need cops. They cannot let any cops take any time off because of all of the enforcement with COVID, blah, blah, blah. So she's super upset about it. She can't go. They literally transfer her salary to scout salary so that she still gets like at least something for it, which is insane. Like, she's like, I don't want money. I literally just want to like play.
I just want to play hockey.
So she does and she was their captain, like I said. So she plays or like works for them in a scouting capacity, and they get knocked out. They were horrendous. They were horrible. But what I was going to say, long story short, was that their goaltender, Carly Jackson, who was out of the University of Maine, she was an incredible goaltender, is right around the same age. Like, she's not 16. She was like 19, I think. Amazing. Insane. So good. She was the only reason they didn't lose every single game in Lake Placid because she played so well. She has so much potential. It's ironic because she's out of the University of Maine, and so is Jeremy Swayman the same year, who is going to be the next goaltender for the Bruins. And they both looked amazing, played amazing in the same situation. So we interviewed Taylor, and she was saying that it's just so frustrating as someone in her situation that has to deal with like all of that was going on, seeing all these young people, you know, successful, but they are still in school. Like they're still, they're graduating, you know, you have like 2 transitional years between school and not, like where you can still be an idiot, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And she's not there anymore. So
yeah, it's really frustrating. That being said, for whoever's still around watching, go to the NWHL website, buy the merch,
yes.
Buy the hoodies, buy the shirts.
I was saying earlier, it was like the first 20 minutes of the show. This is the most comfortable sweatshirt I've ever donned on my body. Like, it is so comfortable.
And I like that they use hockey laces as like the laces for the hood.
They're it's like Pennant is the brand.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a need as it's currently 90 degrees outside at 10 o'clock at night Central Standard Time in Texas.
I have my AC on like 64, so it's.
I walked in from dinner and had it set on 69, and it was probably at 74 because it physically cannot keep up to the heat outside. It is absolutely brutal.
It's like set to 69, but it's really.
Yeah. So go buy the t-shirts, go buy the hoodies, go buy it all.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, I don't want to be the one that ends the thing.
No. My Wi-Fi is not great. I'm surprised that was the only time that it turned off. No worries. But yeah, we can, guys, if you have any other last minute comments on this Tampa Bay, New York game, let us know. If you have not met Jeff yet, let us know. He will introduce himself once again, but otherwise we will sign off in the next minute or so. Also, we hit 700 subscribers tonight. So if you guys
you guys are absolutely killing it.
If you guys are just jumping in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the playoffs, but guys, I don't know if we're going to hit it, quite frankly.
You will. All it takes is one crazy night. We currently have a post on Instagram that we posted randomly on a Sunday night. And we don't have 1,000 followers on Instagram yet. So if you haven't, check out @WadaHockey on all social media. But it's at over 3,000 likes right now and like 50 comments. And it's
what
like
do you post?
It was literally a Twitter post from Tyler Seguin back in like 2012. It's the most random thing where he talks about like, since I live in Texas now, I feel like I should share this stat. And it's literally him sharing a stat from ESPN when they were doing sports science that said hockey hits are like 20% harder than football hits. And it just sparked.
It's always going to stir the pot.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I don't know. So I was doing a bunch of graphics for us when we first started, before we got Jenna, our intern.
Mm-hmm.
And now Megan and Jenna have really gone like down the rabbit hole of graphics. And I don't know what they did, but they get like 10 new followers a day. I have literally no idea. I never open our Instagram. But I'm like, what are you up to? Like,
it's insane. I'm going to go look at it real quick. I know we're about to jump off, but as it stands right now, it's just over 3,000 likes and this is 4 days ago. I mean, it's insane. Like, we did not expect this out of a screenshot, and it's got almost 70 comments. Like, and meanwhile, I'm like sweating and crying over these graphics that we're making for the Twitter, for the podcast.
No, shit, like, I sit there and I'm like, does it, like, we made a graphic the other day so the NWHL is doing, I'm sure you saw it, like a pet draft.
Yes, I did, and I have a pick, but I'm not going to reveal it.
So I was like dogs get likes. Like, all I need to do is take our dogs' pictures and put them in a nice graphic. Like, the NWHL will for sure retweet this. No. All I'm trying to do, I'm playing hard to get, like, with the NWHL right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just sitting there making graphics, waiting for them to be retweeted. And I'm like, I have another graphic idea. And they're like, is the NWHL really going to, like, support you here? And I feel like I'm going through a bad, like, breakup where I can't get support. I just want the follow. Like, I literally just want the follow.
Yeah.
Never mind the NHL. I just want the NWHL.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of the whale gals following me on Twitter. So
how did you get that?
I just followed them.
Like 2 of them. Like,
I just follow. I don't know. I just followed them, and I followed like probably 9 or 10 of them. And I think I got 1 or 2 likes or follows back, and here we are, just hanging out with the athletes.
So we get replies all the time from Madison and Anya Packer, because we DM them like pretty often, and we interviewed them, but they don't follow us back.
That hurts. Public call out.
This sucks. Anya follows us on Instagram.
I mean, that's something.
It is something.
Yeah. We're still waiting. We're still waiting on the big follows on Instagram, but we'll get there one day. We'll all get there one day.
One day. Yeah, guys, if you are just joining us, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like the video. We are about to wrap up. Jeff, I will give you a second to introduce yourself before we call it quits.
Yeah, thanks again for Chloe, for wanting me to come on. And I'm Jeff, or my last name is Fink, so I go by that. With Wada Hockey, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter @Wada Hockey. Same thing with Facebook, Wada Hockey. If you're from the South, you know what that kind of implies. That being said, we just released our newest episode with Tara from the Glove Trop, who is also a YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, she was awesome. She's another YouTube hockey content creator.
Yeah, she's
had a great interview.
Before.
She's so cool. She's so laid back. She's like a giant kid, and I absolutely love that.
She's so funny.
So yeah, check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on everything, and this will probably not be the last time you see me. Maybe not even in the playoffs. If Chloe comes on and asks for us to come on again, I'll jump back on.
Yeah, guys, we will be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we will have, like we said, Rod Peterson of the Rod Peterson Show on. Megan has the other names of the guests that are coming on. That is the big one that I know. And then the weekend, I know we will be off on Saturday, TBD on Sunday. And then we will plan next week based off of what the later game schedules are happening. So if you guys have not yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video, and make sure you check us out on social media. All of our social media links are in the video. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. I hope you all have a good night, and I hope to see you all tomorrow.